really far back. Gotta get serious, bro. Yeah. All right, what's up, everybody? It's Austin, back at you with another episode of the Book of Austin, Life of Detours podcast. I am here with my good friend, Mr. Chris Boyd. We've been talking about this forever, man.
We have.
So say what's up to the people, man.
What's up to the people? Me and Austin have been talking about this for a little while now, and at first I was kind of like, I don't know. Well, who is this guy?
Yeah.
But, I've gotten to know Austin over the past, I guess less than a year.
Well, I would say so. I've known you for like the 2.5 I've worked at Boomers.
Right. But
I'd say over the last year we've gotten close.
For sure. It turns out he's not a total douchebag. But
that's what I'm talking about. Okay, I'll take that.
I know. But I'm happy to be here, and let's cut it and see what comes out.
Hell yeah, dude. That's kind of what we do, man. Life of Detours, bro. It's going to go all over the place, and it's going to be a great ride, bro.
Yeah, that's I love that, because I feel like 1 minute we're going to talk about sports, and then next we're going to be crying about my mom or something. Something weird.
Dude.
Who knows?
Yeah. If you want to cry, you can.
I'm a crybaby. Don't make no mistake about that. I'm the biggest crybaby.
All right, so it has been a while since I've done this, but I do want to kind of, for us and for you, just kind of reiterate like what the podcast was originally about.
Sure.
Right? So, as I told you, you remember whenever I finished my book.
I do.
And stuff. Yeah, because you were around at that point, and like you checked it out and stuff. But so whenever I sat down to do the book, I sat down with my closest friends and family, and I did these interviews, right?
Right.
So each person I sat down with, each person got a chapter, and so we told our stories from start to finish. So we did these interviews kind of starting where I met them and kind of going to whatever endpoint that we picked. And so just try to keep things chronological, telling these big stories that we were involved in and stuff. And it was fucking great content, honestly, dude. It was so much fun. And it actually felt like, even though it was like my friends and family, some of them, were kind of looser and stuff, but it was just like full-blown interviews, bro. And I was like, I think I might have a knack for this. So that's kind of where this came from. And so I started doing this with not only friends and family, but, people that I'm not as well acquainted with. And
not yet.
Yeah, there you go. Pretty well acquainted with, though. Yeah, we had some times over at couple days. Well, I think really the only time that we fully hung out was that time at fucking the Monk.
But does that even count? Like, that's just like...
because we were like blacked out the whole time anyways, dude.
We just like randomly ran into each other.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, I know that guy. He serves me drinks at Boomers.
Yeah. And literally that day at Boomers, I was telling you, I don't even really get fucked up anymore. I don't really party, and then we fucking partied it down that night, dude. That shit was wild, though. Yeah. So that's the plan. But for the first bit, we're just going to kind of hang out, and I think we should definitely... Actually, I want you to kick this off by explaining why there's a bottle of Burnett's on my desk.
Oh my goodness! So a lot of people give me crap because I drink Burnett's, and there's not much of a story behind it other than when I first started drinking many years ago. I'm obviously 39 now. I was broke, and Burnett's was like $13 a bottle.
That shit was like $7, bro.
Yeah, right, exactly, and to me, vodka all tastes like rubbing alcohol. Yeah. I mean, I've drank a lot of vodka in my life, and I've never tasted a vodka that tasted any differently. And people will argue that all the time. But that's just my go-to. I've been drinking it for as long as I can, been able to drink. Yeah. I do have a funny story about a girlfriend that I had this is a long time ago. She used to give me crap because I drank Burnett's. And this girlfriend was very high-endish.
High maintenance, maybe
high maintenance.
We'll call it, yeah.
That's I don't want to disrespect her, but that's something like that.
I'll say it, you don't have to say it.
Yeah, she wore high heels and dresses to go to the grocery store, and she was like, I only drink Grey Goose, and blah, blah, blah. Right on, and how do you drink that crap?
Like every dude that comes into the bar.
Yes.
Like, give me some Grey Goose. I'm like, all right, I'll give you a $10 shot. Fuck
exactly. So one day, we were living together at the time. This is a long time ago. Mm-hmm. And I swapped out I basically poured the Burnett's in the Grey Goose.
The Grey Goose bottle, yeah.
Yeah, and she was taking shots and drinking. She's like, this is so much better than that crap you drink. And I was like, and the whole time I'm just like biting my tongue. Just
waiting for the
moment.
And
then that pure moment, I was like, just so you know, I swapped it with Burnett's.
You've been drinking it for hours now.
Hours, and you tell me how good it was, and she was just like, oh, really? kill the conversation right there.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you don't have anything to say about that, do you?
So, I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. So Burnett's is my thing. I know what it does to me. I've been drinking it long enough, so
that's what's up.
I don't want to go away from a good thing.
I actually haven't had Burnett's in a long time, and I actually haven't drank vodka other than me and Lauren's podcast, I suppose, in a long time. But so, what is your reasoning behind drinking vodka? Because that's your drink whenever you come into Boomers.
It is. Yeah. So when I was younger, I mean, I do love whiskey. I do. But when I was younger, my metabolism was a lot faster.
Yeah.
So I'd go to an old bar called Sherlock's, which if anybody ever knows Arlington.
Shout out Sherlock's, bro.
Shout out Sherlock's.
Yep.
I would, you drink vodka or whiskey and with Coke, essentially.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And by the end of the night, you're drinking like 2 or 3 sodas and all that sugar.
You're drinking like a 2-liter, dog.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you pound like 5 or 6, 7 of those or whatever you're drinking with
8, 9,
Coke.
10,
yeah.
whatever, yeah.
And when in my 20s, it was nothing. But then once I hit 30, all that sugar, man, I started noticing a little more love handles. And I was like, we got to make a switch. So then I switched over to vodka water originally. And I've settled on vodka soda with like a lime. And sometimes I'll even bring, it's rare, but like a Mio.
Oh, dope. Yeah.
Then it's just like a Kool-Aid.
Literally, dude.
Which is dangerous.
Yes.
Extremely dangerous.
Bro.
You got to be careful.
That's like whenever I was drinking, I got the Deep Eddy Lime, and I got, those little sodas you can get at Walmart, the little 0-calorie bitches. I got the cherry limeade, one of those.
Yeah.
I was pouring like triples in that, dude, and like you take them down like it's nothing.
And the alcohol content's the same.
Yeah.
And you're pounding them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the vodka's not changing.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's my Burnett story, and I don't know, I'll just stick to something I know.
That's what's up. Okay. And so the vodka study, you've noticed have you noticed a difference in like hangovers and stuff too? Or was that not a problem too in like your 20s?
No, in my 20s, I mean, you could drink anything you wanted. That was never an issue with hangovers. Obviously hangovers at almost 40 now is different, so
yeah.
I've noticed that when I do drink, it's more, my body tells me when it's time.
Yeah.
Like when you're young, you just kind of drink and like and I'm sure you've been through this too, where you get so effed up that you're puking, and that ain't me anymore.
My problem is I can't really throw up unless I like make myself throw up. I've never really been able to. Even whenever I'm sick, like I have to make it happen.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we all did it. And I mean,
but like that feeling in your stomach of just being full of liquor,
and you know it's coming.
Yeah.
When you get older, you can sense when your body's telling you might, if you drink that 1 or 2 more drinks, it's going to be that time you're
start
about to
reading
throw
the signs
up.
a little bit.
Oh yeah, so whenever I get to that limit, which is not as much these days at all, but it's okay, I'll switch to a beer or water and just chill out for an hour. But yeah, because I mean, it's
so easy to drink vodka quick, man.
It really is.
And that actually leads me to my second question: is the Fireball.
The Fireball is...
So is that something you drink only at like Boomers, or is it like you just know it's a cheap shot? Or
it's not even that. The Fireball...
Speaking of which, actually, cheers, buddy.
Yeah. For sure.
While we're at it.
The Fireball thing is something that I think the younger version of me would have been pissed off at the older version of me for drinking.
Really?
I think that when you're younger, you can take shots of things way easier.
So you were like big whiskey,
I could take shots of whiskey or whatever, and no problem.
Yeah.
But as I got older, I can't just take shots of whiskey anymore.
Yeah.
So when Fireball came along, it was like, oh, this is whiskey. It's just as strong, and it tastes like cinnamon. I like cinnamon. To me, it's like swallowing a piece of big red gum.
Fucking big red, dude. That's exactly what it is, man.
So I mean, but I hate the fact that I drink it. And I get clowned on all the time.
It's
like,
like
how could
college,
you drink that? Yeah, exactly.
Frat guy.
But and every young guy out there, you'll get there. I promise.
Yeah, for sure.
Or you won't.
Yeah. I mean, I've never. I don't know. I mean, I was really big on like whenever I was in like high school and shit. I drank Jack just straight all the fucking time.
Yeah, like nothing.
Yeah, and like now, I mean, I could still drink it straight, but I'm not drinking half that bottle.
Yeah,
for sure. Like I'll drink a couple of like on ice or something, and that's probably about it.
Yeah, like a shot of the. I don't know. I almost get like a gag reflex. Like,
yeah, you can feel it in your stomach just thinking about it.
And the worst thing about Fireball is it's just straight sugar. So that's what I'm trying to cut out these days.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I have to. So
you were talking about that metabolism the other day. Actually, I was asking what I was going to eat at work, and I was talking about the egg rolls, and he was like, "Just be Happy with the metabolism while you got it, bro.
Enjoy it while you got it, man. I was tiny growing up.
Yeah.
I graduated high school at same height, about 5'11", almost 6 foot, 128 pounds when I graduated high school.
128?
I was tiny.
Fuck around, dude.
Yeah.
Muscular at all, or?
No, just a skinny little, I look like a skeleton. And then around mid-20s, 25, 26, men, you naturally just start growing.
Yeah.
Filling out.
Fill out. You get your man body, yeah.
Yeah, 26.
That's where I'm at now, bro.
Really, yeah. There you go. Yeah. Around 25, 26, I started filling out, and then there was all, I was in shape and working out all the time. And then 30 hit, and there's like a little bit of a decline, but now that I'm almost 40, like, I have to be careful.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be that dude.
Yeah, I've never known you to eat a lot, though, but I've only known you to
I don't eat a lot. It's crazy because I used to eat all the time.
Yeah.
I was like, just hungry, just shoving it down my throat.
I'm constantly hungry, bro.
Yeah, you are.
Always.
That's natural. Yeah. But
I eat full meals and I snack all fucking day, dude.
Yeah, I don't anymore.
I eat really healthy snacks, and like I eat healthy meals for the most part, unless I'm a boomer. So it's like,
there's nothing healthy at boomers.
No, dude.
Even their salads are saturated with like butter and dressing, and there's nothing.
Well, for keto, that's fine. But like if you already have carbs in your system, then that's not good. Yeah.
So, but yeah, definitely trying to once you hit a certain age, and I'm coming up on 40, which is insane to me.
That's crazy.
It's insane to me.
Yeah. You don't seem 40.
I don't. It's funny. My employees thought I was 32 up until about 2 weeks ago.
I could see 32.
And I don't know why. Yeah. I guess it's just the way
You're just cool, man.
Present myself.
Yeah.
Moisturizer.
That's what it is. Yeah. Using sunscreen too. Yeah. Which I heard you don't use.
Oh, you're talking about the trip to
Cancun? Sorry, what's it? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not paying $25 for a bottle of sunscreen
for fucking banana boat. Or
oh my gosh, that was a rip. That was an amazing trip. But yeah,
that's wild, dude. Yeah. So, off the alcohol situation here.
Yeah.
So what are you doing now? I know you're a leasing agent, right? Or
so not a leasing agent, but so
you've had a couple different jobs. I know you had a bad run-in with. What was it, 2 jobs ago or something like that?
It was just the management company that took over. So I've essentially I got really lucky really early in life with my current career. So I'll backtrack. There's a story behind this as well. When I was 26, I went out to California for the first time. San Diego, Carlsbad, that area,
dope.
Oceanside. Yeah, super dope. Like it was hella fun.
Like to stay for a while? Or?
No, I just went out there for like my 26th birthday. It was the first time I'd ever been because my buddy had been out there. And he said, "You got to come out here." I was like, "Cool, word." Mm-hmm. So it was like me and my girlfriend at the time, Whitney. Funny, her same last name, Whitney Boyd, no relation.
Trippy.
Yeah, super
so if y'all
trippy.
Got married? Would you hyphenate it?
No, but everybody thought we were like brother and sister because married.
Shit.
I know, right? But no, we went out there with one of my best friends, Paul, and a couple other buddies, and I fell in love with it. And I quickly realized how expensive it was. There's 2 things, like it was like gas prices and
rent
cost of your
stuff,
apartment or something like that. Uh-huh. So when I got back from Cali, I said I want to live and die out here because it's just beautiful. Everybody was like pretty, and the weather was perfect, and it was just a great situation. So I immediately went and got a part-time job as a leasing agent.
Here or there?
Here in Arlington, actually, right off 360.
Nice.
And I was thinking, my logic behind it was, if I become a property manager, I can move out there, and then a lot of property managers get like a discount on rent,
right?
Or or something.
That's gonna save you a lot.
That was my goal. That's the whole reason I even got in this industry.
Trippy.
And then so I was a leasing agent off 360 for about 7 months, and then my buddy hit me up and he said, "Hey, there's this new property in student housing. You should go apply. It's for a property manager." And I remember the conversation like clear as day. I was like, dude, I've only been a leasing agent for like 7 months. So he said, just go apply. He said, you have the look, that's your thing. Like, just go do it.
Yeah.
I was like, cool, whatever. Not expecting anything. So I interviewed, and the Joanna Rose, which is still one of my mentors to this day, she loved me. So I went from becoming a leasing agent to a property manager in 7 months, which is insane because I've been in this industry long enough to where it usually takes years to get to that.
Yeah.
Or at least, maybe a few years, whatever. But so I was kind of thrown into it, and then the student housing thing. And then I did that for about, 3 to 5 years. I traveled a lot, going to different markets and
yeah, because you're getting like an actual like a salary, and you're saving on rent. Obviously,
sure, absolutely, lived on site there.
So you're making good money, and you're cutting costs.
I'm young. I'm 26, 27, 28, something like that. And then I started dating. I started dating one of my employees' ex-girlfriends. Yeah.
Okay, right on.
Yeah. So I had an employee who was him and his girlfriend broke up, and he had introduced me to her, and I didn't think anything about it.
Yeah.
But we'd hung out. So once they broke up, we started hanging out.
It's kind of worked out. Yeah.
It just worked out that way, and I felt bad, but it turned out to be my son's mother. I mean,
oh well, okay, yeah.
So we were together for like 7 years, and so a lot of people think that like I had a kid with just some flyby chick, but no, we were actually together for like years and all that good stuff. But anyway, I digress. And then, so anyways, I did the whole leasing agent thing. So recently I just was with a new company, and I start my new job on next Monday. Actually,
that's wild. Yeah. That's why we were trying to get this done now, because it's like once you do that, you're like, you're going, bro. Yeah.
We'll see. Student housing and conventional are like, they're two totally different beasts.
So you're in student housing now, and you're going back to conventional,
right? So I've only been in I've been in student housing for the almost past 9 years.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
So it's definitely a young man's game for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to deal with kids, bro.
Yeah. Well, the thing. Yeah. So right now,
calling them kids.
I currently deal with college kids, but the only thing that happens is they graduate and become older kids. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, right. Yeah.
So I mean,
it's young adults.
It's going to be a new experience, and I'm excited about it. When you're in student housing, you're very limited to where you can work due to you have to be near university,
right?
Essentially. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So when you're in conventional, I mean, in Arlington alone, there's properties popping up left and right.
So many, bro. It's on every corner.
Yeah,
like it's crazy.
Yeah, especially in the DFW. So brand new properties, more opportunity, and I'm sad to leave my job. I truly am. I've developed some relationships that I'm gonna miss, and I love my current job, but I just feel like right now this is the best thing for me.
That's what's up. How long have you been with this one? Because
not long, unfortunately, not long. Only since June, and I'm only leaving purely. This is purely a financial decision.
Yeah,
like if I was making what I'm about to be making, this would be nothing.
Yeah,
I'd stick around. I love it. My boss is awesome. So shout out to my staff. I told Zion to watch.
Dope.
For you, Bo.
Yeah, Zion, my man boy. Yeah, there you go. Okay, dope. And Bree-Dog?
Yeah.
All right, bet. Yeah, what's up, guys? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So, yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's what's going on like the business side. So,
sure.
So what's going on, like, because I know, well, I mean, obviously there's a lot going on. I don't know how much you want to get into on that, but, like with, so what's going on with Jax, bro?
Jackson is awesome. Jackson is amazing.
So it's Jackson.
So yeah, we try to get cute with it. Looking back, I wish we had adjusted his name a little bit.
Yeah,
his name is Jaxston, so it's Jaxston, and we added the S, thinking we wanted to like enunciate the stun.
Yeah, okay.
Not realizing that the X and the S are pretty much the same
letter, yeah.
So
one of them's silent.
Yeah. Exactly. I feel bad looking back. So if he ever wants to change it, go for it.
Yeah, fuck it, man. It makes it.
But no, Jax is awesome. I am truly blessed, and I don't say that lightly because I have met so many men in my life that are going through relationships with their children and the mother.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Terrible, dude.
Terrible.
I hear a lot of horror stories, man.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
When me and Kelsey decided to split ways, the first year was pretty rough.
Yeah.
Losing.
Well, I know you're a fucking
7-year relationship,
romantic, bro.
I am a hopeless romantic.
Yeah. We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But
like that's probably a recurring theme.
Yeah, well, I'm they have reasons, so I don't blame them sometimes. But,
I mean, life is. Yeah.
But Jackson's mother, she is amazing. I could call her right now and she'd pick up the phone. Yeah, she's an amazing mother, and we never even went to court for child support.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, we get together once a year or whenever she wants, and we just decide on a number.
Okay.
Like, what do you need? Mm-hmm. What can I do?
Now, is she, like, fully employed and all that stuff, too?
Yeah, fully employed, doing amazing for herself. She's actually been with this guy, Matt, for about, 3-5 years now.
Oh, wow.
He seems like a pretty cool dude, pretty closed off, but no complaints. And the one thing that I know about Kelsey is that she loves Jackson so much that if there was ever an issue, she would handle.
Yeah.
Or she wouldn't allow that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I don't ever question like whether he's doing something shady because she would put her foot down for sure.
That's a good thing to have right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, me and Kelsey are probably, we just get along so well. And I learned after the first year of our relationship, once I realized that we were never going to be together again, it came down to...
For the first year after your relationship?
Oh, yeah. For the first year after we separated, I was fighting it. I was like, no. Because I never wanted to be a father in the beginning.
Really?
So I never did. I really didn't.
Was it like a happy accident kind of deal, we'll call it? Or was it like a...
Kelsey always
wanted
to be a mother. She had fertility issues where we didn't think she could have one. So... we never thought it was even possible.
Yeah.
So me never wanting to be a dad and her having those issues, I was like, jackpot.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Jackpot. So
Perfect girl, bro.
Exactly. Yeah. So when she became, pregnant, my first thought was
like what?
Yeah, like let's go. I was even I was nervous about it even being mine at one point because we had a 3-month little break.
Oh.
Yeah. So that really, and then like 6 months later, she was pregnant. I was like, wait a second.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Things time out just right.
Yeah. I was wrong. Yeah. My dad was actually so concerned about it that he's like, let's go get it.
You got
a DNA test. Yeah. And he's 99.9999% mine. So that's when it really set in. I was like, okay.
So what is that .001 or whatever the fuck?
I don't know.
I hear that a lot. Like they always say, like the paternity test is like that. And
like how is it not 100%?
How is it not 100%, bro? Yeah, they're just adding that little bit of air on their part. Probably.
I think that's just them being assholes. Like to put a little doubt in your head.
Yes, dude. Oh, that's fucked up.
For that dad is like, I don't know. There's that 1.1%.
Taking you to court, bitch.
Yeah. Well, good luck with that.
Bro, you'd be so fucked.
But yeah, she's an amazing mother, and I could say he probably saved my life, man. I was drinking way too much and I was just doing dumb shit, and now I have a reason. So I mean, he's awesome. He's such a turd though.
Yeah, dude, they're all turds, man.
And you're gonna find out
for sure. I mean, she's already kind of got her little attitude.
Yeah, well, the problem you're gonna have is.
She's going to get whatever she wants.
Well, yeah, you have a lot of females in your house.
Yeah. That's why we got to have the boy the next time, bro. Fuck, man. I got to have a boy, dude. I'm getting a boy dog or something, bro. I got to do something.
Just something, right?
Fuck, man.
Just go get a bottle of testosterone.
I need some testosterone in here, bro. I'm going to hang like fucking deer piss from the roof with like... something, bro. Pheromones.
But yeah, to answer your question, Jax is great. Ex-mom is great. Yeah, but deer piss. Deer piss
everywhere. Just rub it into the couches. Well, that's awesome, man. Like, so, I guess, so, like, what else do you do? So I know you, you obviously you come to Boomers relatively often and stuff, like, and I know you do J Gills and stuff, and, like, you got your boys hanging around. I don't know if I've ever, like, seen, like, your friend group very much, like, because I feel like it's the same friend group that kind of bounces around.
Right,
Boomers and shit, right?
Yeah, so my friend group, and it's odd you bring that up because I was just talking to Lauren about that last night. It's kind of died off because as you get older, I mean, that's just
definitely, bro. I'm already seeing it.
Yeah,
the kid has a lot to do with it, too, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, not so much the kid. You have full custody, like, y'all. You live with your kid. I get my kid on the weekend. So I have 5 days a week. I can go do whatever the hell I want. But, my best friend moved out to California many, many years ago. My other
or who?
Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Corey lives in Plano, and he's living his best life, and he's killing it. Like, I'm so proud of Corey. Like,
fuck yeah, dude.
Corey is the kind of dude that I could see being, no lie, the president in sometime in his life.
Really?
He's just got that.
Clean cut, fucking smart.
Oh, he's clean cut, comes from an amazing family. I love his family.
Nice.
He's got a lot of political views, and he's educated. He's the guy who reads $100 or 100 books a year.
Nice.
Like, he's just very well educated, and he's just got that, like, he looks like a president. So that wouldn't surprise me one bit. And then I got
Corey for president, bro.
Corey Yarbrough for president. Here's
bro. I'm so with it. Yeah, I'll vote for him.
But then, like, my other buddy, David Geyer, he's happily married with a beautiful woman, Angie, and they're doing their own thing. And Jason Vick, RT, I don't want to leave anybody out in case somebody watches this. Nathan Fairchild, John Petrano, Blake Batista.
Everybody's just grown-ups, basically.
Yeah, essentially. Everybody's becoming adults, and
all got fucking mortgages or, like,
mortgages, wives, children, and things like that.
Got shit going on, bro.
Yeah. So a lot of the people that I hang out with now, like, even James Martone, he's happily, dating a beautiful young lady, Tatum.
I'm proud of that, dude.
I am too. And James, if you're listening, you better not let that one go, because
I swear to God, dude,
she's a little cutie, and she's, we
might have to kick your ass if you fuck that up, bro.
No, the thing I love about Tatum the most is she's sassy, and she don't need James. Like, she's got her own, like.
Yeah, and that's what you kind of look for,
which is kind of sexy in a woman. It's like,
well, you need it to be supplemental, not necessary,
Yeah,
and that's the one thing I definitely have with Kristen is, like, she'd be okay without me, but, like, I think I make her life better, and she does that.
You'd
for
like
me
to think,
well.
right?
I swear to God, I hope so. Fuck, man.
But yeah, so friend group is James and Tatum. And then outside of that, I mean, obviously, me and you are developing a new friendship, which I love, because I definitely you strike me as I wouldn't think we would have been friends right away, but, like, you just have, like, this very likable personality to you. Like, you're very open, like, just open conversation.
Yeah, I'm an open book, man, and it's like it takes you a little bit because, like, people don't give a shit, so, or, like, it's not something like, I don't know, it's hard to come across the right way in a short interaction, so it takes a while.
And it's got to be hard for you as well, because, like, because I've bartended before, and you kind of have to be nice to everybody.
Yeah, which is pretty easy for me,
right,
for the most part. But also being a bartender, that's the best part about being a bartender is, like, you don't have to.
Right.
But I will be cordial for the most part.
But you have a genuine vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I would not be here right now if I thought you were a dick.
That's what's up. Okay, yeah, hell yeah. And you would know.
Yeah, I would know.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, something would have came up, and it would come up sometime tonight if it was going to.
Yeah, it never made me mad.
That's what I'm talking about. So that's one thing I've always said is, like, I just try not to ever introduce, like, a negative.
Sure.
So I don't want to ever like say something was going on with you, or maybe you come in and, like, your hair's fucked up, or, like, you come in, you got, like, a fucking zit on your face. So I'm not gonna fucking bring it up. If you bring it up to me, I'm definitely down to talk to you about it. But I'm not gonna be the one that's like, hey, your day's fucked up. You got a big old zit on your face, bro, or some shit like that, or, like, I don't know. I've never, because I feel like at a certain point, it's almost bullying just fucking bringing that up, and I think that actually spawned. I don't know why I just fucking thought of this. I thought about it the other day too.
Just put two and two together.
I did. Well, whenever I was little, so in like third grade, right? Nice. There was a girl, Kaylee Stroud, and she asked me. So this was the only mark I've ever got in school. Okay. And which a mark is like you get in trouble. They like you got to go stand on the fucking square out there and shit. Yeah. And she asked me at breakfast at school. She was like, "Hey, how do I look today?" And I was like, "Well, you look like you just woke up." And I was like, I was just being genuine. I was like, like obviously we all just woke up. So I said that, and I guess she went to her fucking homeroom teacher and like snitched on me saying I was saying she fucking looked bad and all this shit. And they pulled me out of class and asked me if I said it. I was like, yeah, I said she looked like she just woke up. And they're like, well, that's what we thought you were going to say, And so they're like, we have to give you a mark. But it's like, I was like, what
that's your worst mark?
That's my worst one, bro. God. Or that's the one that actually got marked is what we'll call it, yeah.
That's insane. To me, the first thing that popped in my head after that story is just the generation that we now live in.
You can't say shit.
You can't say shit. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I do student housing. It's a bunch of
Oh God, it's probably so
18 to 23,
bitch, bro.
Yeah. And again, the company I work for is amazing. I would never badmouth them. They really do their shit right. But just being in the industry, like you can't say shit to anybody, like offending.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Like, that was what we were talking about before the pod, was the connotation of your words.
Right.
is like if you say something that you don't think is wrong, but you use the wrong word and they bring it up, and then whenever they say it out of context, it sounds bad.
Right.
That's a problem.
Right. It's definitely a different world.
Yeah, like in a face-to-face interaction, it wasn't a problem, but then maybe they go after and they think about it and they're like, what the fuck, man? And then they bring it up to somebody and they're like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's, I'm not going to be one of those old men who sit there and say that, I don't know how you even word that, like,
times are changing. This is
bullshit, exactly.
You know?
No, yeah, absolutely. I guess that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, because I know when we get older, I've recently discovered about myself as the older I get, I'm slowly turning into that old man that bitches about the younger generation.
Yeah,
but I also feel like I'm cognitive enough to think about how
you can change with it. You know,
I can change with it, and how this is just how it is.
Yeah.
The times are always going to change. You adapt or die.
Exactly.
You can bitch about it or you can't, whatever. I'm probably going to bitch about it, but...
We're going to bitch about it, but we're going to do it anyways.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, yeah.
You gotta get along to go along, I think is what
I mean, like I said, I have residents that come in all the time, and they're wearing the dumbest shit ever. And what I think is dumb, again, being self-aware, I'm like, I used to wear Jinkos, you know? That was a dumbass
I've heard of Jinkos. Oh, the Jinko shorts or whatever?
Jinkos, like the pants. Like, the bigger the better. Like, I wore some really dumb stuff. Dude. I had, and some of their haircuts, the one that recently gets me the most is the whole mullet coming back thing.
Yeah, bro, you would rock the fuck out of a mullet.
I couldn't, no. I respect myself way too much. I can't go back. The 80s were terrible.
You know what, man? I might fucking go for it, bro.
You
Just
should.
shave off the sides.
You should. I can see you pulling it off.
Okay, dope.
Now you're gonna think about it.
That's the push I need right there, bro.
You're gonna think about it now.
Right oh, fuck,
but
man.
I guess what I'm trying to say is my parents looked at me and said he's an idiot. Yeah, and my grandfather probably even more.
Yeah, and you look at Jax and you're like,
oh yeah. I can't even.
You're just playing video games all day, you little shit.
And history definitely repeats itself. So like I've accepted the fact that I'm not gonna like it.
Yeah,
but then I have to look at how idiot I was. Hell, I had a chili bowl.
Yeah.
That was a thing. I had all kinds of stupid pics and did stupid stuff, so...
That's why your coworkers probably thought you were 32.
Why is that?
Because you've adapted and, like, you've changed. So you're not a 40-year-old man. You're more like a 30, 32-year-old man as far as your mindset goes.
Right, yeah. And then, I mean, honestly, it's really just, I mean, how you feel, like, inside. Yeah. I mean... Yeah. I know the age is not a number is a thing, but like it obviously there's days I wake up I feel 40.
I was wondering about that actually. So what's the aches? What are the aches?
Man, I'm gonna tell you. So this was about a year ago, maybe less. Mm-hmm. I think I sneezed, or I either sneezed.
One of those grown man dad.
Yeah, I either sneezed, farted at the same time, or just getting off the couch, and I was like, ugh. And I was like, what the hell? And I had like pulled a muscle in my back or something. And I was like, what? How? And then that's when I knew.
God damn it, I'm getting old, bro.
Just the other day, I was like, because I'm recently single, I was like, I got to get back in the gym. But I didn't want to go in the gym look like an idiot. So I was like, I'm going to do some prep at home first. Mm-hmm. So I did like 20 push-ups.
Yeah.
That was like 2 days ago. I still feel it a little tender.
Bro, yeah.
I was like, damn, I gotta.
That's what I've been doing, dude. I have my pull-up bar and I do my push-ups.
Yeah.
Like, I do it like 4 days a week or so. So I'll do like 20 pull-ups and like 60 push-ups or something.
I used to have a pull-up bar. I could do about 20 now. It's like.
Yeah.
I'm struggling.
Hey, so that's something we can talk about after this.
Okay.
Yeah. Same thing with like us doing the guitar stuff we were talking about.
Oh, dude, for sure.
Yeah. Because like I just checked, our gym is actually open right now. So we can start doing some shit like that maybe. Yeah, because I need to get my shit together, So.
Well, you have time.
Yeah. And I helped. You remember Jeff, the general? He was supposed to be the general manager at Bimmerjacks for a little bit.
I think if I saw him,
you would. Yeah. So he's like coming up on 50 probably, and like I took him to the gym and we did like a full month together, and like he was getting there, man, and like then he started working too much and stuff, and like it just didn't work out, but like I was able to show him because like whenever I was like in my 20s, like whenever I was in college, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a personal trainer.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I went for kinesiology and stuff, and my buddy Logan, me and my fucking one of my buddies from high school who moved up there, we turned that dude into a fucking monster, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Like, yeah. Yeah, he started out not being able to bench like fucking 90 pounds, and then dude, he got on some shit, bro. He got crazy. Eventually, he did get on some shit later.
A test and all that? Or?
Later on, yeah. I don't know if he got, I don't know if he got on, like, any name brand shit, but yeah. Once he's got a trainer that was like, you should.
Nice.
Yeah. So he turned into a fucking monster, and then he lost his arm, and so there was that. Yeah.
Lost his arm?
Yeah, he got in a motorcycle accident. Oh. Fucking got a brachial plexus injury.
Oh, my goodness.
So they had to amputate his arm. It's a whole fucking thing, bro. It's a real bitch. That's actually one of the reasons I ended up here. It's part of the reason, you know.
I
want
to say something, but, like, well, I don't care. That girl, the brunettes girl, the vodka girl?
Yeah.
I felt so bad because my buddy hit me up one day and he was like, your ex-girlfriend lost her arm. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Lost her arm, bro?
Yeah, she was unfortunately in a four-wheeling accident or something like that. I thought he was just joking with me, but yeah. She was a good girl, but it just didn't work. We weren't right together and we were young. Mm-hmm. But yeah, she actually lost her arm. We haven't spoken in probably 20 years. But I did see on her Facebook once that she's taking it in stride because she, for Halloween, like, went as a zombie.
Dude, I love
and that was so dope. Yeah. I was like, you're killing that.
Logan has a shirt that says, he has, like, the T-Rex shirt that says, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. It's like, aw. Or he has the shirt that says, Shark Bite Story, $20. And
you got to own it. You got to own it.
Man. Yeah. I wish he'd get his shit together and get out of his room sometimes, and shit. Because, like, because it's a brachial plexus injury, like, he has his nerves were ripped from his spine.
Man.
So it's like he has nerve damage all through his shoulder and stuff. So, like, sitting up is hard for him and stuff. But I think if he'll get up and, like, get moving and stuff, he can kind of counter that, you know. But it's like he's just kind of, at this point, he's kind of, like, leaning into it a little bit. Right. So I don't like that about it.
Yeah, so that would make me think about, like, maybe, like, more of, like, just, like, the mental side of it.
Yeah, and it's a motherfucker, bro.
Sure.
And also, like, I mean, he just sits in his room most of the time with blackout curtains and shit. Like, you need sunlight, bro.
You do.
You need, like, that changes your life, bro.
It really does. Yeah. There's actually scientific facts that show that, like, vitamin B, like, or just the tanning, or not tanning.
Vitamin D.
D, sorry. Sun, yeah. Just makes you, it gives you some kind of
boost your endorphins.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, like, so your days get fucked up if you don't see the sun. Like your internal clock gets fucked up and stuff. Like, and that's why he sleeps weird and stuff.
I could see that. I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder about those people who live in like
in Canada and shit. Where
and there's one part of the world like they don't get
like the northern or the Arctic Circle and
something
shit.
Like that. They never get like.
Like a full
dark
day
or something like that, which is weird.
Yeah, that would fuck me up, dude. Yeah, I don't know. But so science, it's science. Yeah. All right, so cheers, buddy. We're gonna take a break after this. We're gonna take a little shot of Fireball, and
yes,
then
sir.
I'm gonna grab another drink, and
all right,
we'll get right back with you guys.
I like that.
Nice. Yeah. Gotta let the flames out, brother. Yeah. I wish I was better at editing. I'd put flames coming out.
That would be cool.
All right, bye, guys. There's going to be a little bit of, like, weird music, and then we'll be back with you, okay? All right, so we're back.
All right, we're back.
Had a little tinkle. I got another drink, and we're good to go. So now we're going to get down to, like I said, we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty a little bit.
Ooh.
So this is the part where it comes down to talking about, like, what led you. So it's the life of Detours. It's basically telling all these little stories that made you, like, ended you up in this chair right now. So just kind of telling, like, all these little twists and turns that, like, led you to be where you are right now. Like, to be the man that you are and stuff, too.
Be the man, that's so vague.
So let's just start at the very beginning. So
how far back are we going?
We'll go straight back to childhood. So, like, you're from DFW, born, raised here, everything, or what?
Yeah, absolutely. So, born technically in Fort Worth, but for the most of my life in Arlington.
Interesting.
Yeah, I went to Lamar High School.
Right on.
So my mom and my dad, they both went to Grand Prairie High School.
Right.
They separated when I was 2 years old as well.
Gotcha.
So I was raised primarily by my mother, who's an amazing woman. Yeah. Never had a bad relationship.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That she was amazing. Yeah.
No, she's a strong woman. So I have two siblings. She went through some divorces, and I have.
Are you the oldest?
Yeah. So I have two sisters. She had essentially a child by each of the I guess the men.
The steps, yeah.
Yeah. So, but each one, my sisters are really close with me. So, and she's just awesome. She had it really hard, man, because being a single mom with 3 parents,
with 3 kids.
Couldn't have, yeah, sorry, 3 kids. Yeah, 3 kids. Couldn't have been easy. Could not have been easy. So when you're young, you don't realize that.
Yeah. So you're giving her hell, dude.
Oh, I gave my mom so much hell. Like, I really did. I was such an asshole from, like, I would say my teenage years.
Dude, same, bro. My grandma adopted me whenever I was 11.
Yeah.
And we gave that poor lady hell, probably, dude.
It's just, you don't, it's something you don't realize until you're older. The sacrifices that they have to go through.
Yeah. Like,
my mother never bought a thing for herself. It was always, let's make sure that we are taken care of. And, you know, it wasn't always easy, but it was never hard either. Yeah. Like, we were never in poverty or anything like that. She did her best, and, like, she did better than I think a lot of mothers would. So, and I still treated her like shit in my teenage years because I was just stupid.
Well, we all were.
Yeah. So, like, yeah. In fact, I graduated in 2001 from Lamar High School, and, you know, we got into a lot of arguments because I was 16 and sneaking out all the time, and she kicked me out like 2 months before graduation, maybe a month. Oh, so really? I was technically homeless for like a week.
Yeah, same actually. Yeah, I did about the same. Yeah,
and it was and you know, she still showed up to my graduation, and me and my mom. I think the reason we fight so much is because we're so much alike. Like, that woman is stubborn and hard headed, but as I got older in life, just based on her, we've become so much closer. And, you know, she still pisses me off, and I still piss her off.
Yeah. But kind of like with me and my mom, like, we're friends more than anything, you know, like,
you appreciate them.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. You don't realize and you're going to learn this, you know, I wish that you and the missus would work out forever, but, you know, you never know in life, and you just.
That's right.
So
people change, people grow. So,
people grow. So, love your mother.
Yes.
Yeah. I still piss her off on a daily basis sometimes, but that is the one woman I can call, and I wish I had respected that and learned it earlier in life.
Yes, yeah. Just know that you could have told her anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. My father, he's an amazing dad. We don't speak so much right now. We're kind of in a weird zone. We're just too. I think we're both becoming just two old men that are butting heads.
Yeah, but he crotchety about two
kind of
things.
Yeah, we're just really stubborn. But he was always a good dad. I'm not one of those guys that can sit and say my daddy wasn't there.
Yeah,
he was always there for me. He helped me through a lot of shit, and
that was actually my next question. So, like, whenever they split up, did he didn't move off or anything like crazy?
Oh, no. Like, they were young, man. My mom had me when I think she was like 17 or 18. He was probably like 21. Yeah, because she was, So they had me young, very old school values, and they just didn't get along. Like, I can't even imagine my parents together.
Oh, for real? Yeah.
Oh, years ago I thought that. I was like, my mom and my dad are so polar opposites. Like, them living and being cohesive together. No,
doesn't make sense.
I was like, how did I become?
I swear, you're like, I'm kind of lucky I'm here. Yeah,
like young love in the back of a Chevy, I guess.
There you go. Yeah, you're like Ricky Bobby.
Exactly. Yeah. But no, like, I can't say I had a deprived parent issues. Like, they've always been amazing to me. Like,
that's what's up. Yeah.
But yeah, Dad's awesome. We're just not getting along right now. But I have a really good feeling that's going to work itself out in time, as it always does.
Yeah. Just make sure it does.
Oh, I will. Yeah. I was watching some movie the other day, and a dad died. And the kid's regret was like, I didn't say, and that just really ate me. I was like, I gotta fix this.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to live with regrets.
Yeah. Well, my dad died whenever I was 16.
Oh, that had been rough.
Yeah, it was a real motherfucker, man. But so the week before that, he actually came to a party with me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is weird to say,
right?
You know what I mean, obviously, but like, we got to like sit and like drink and fucking, you know, like hash a little bit of shit out, and like. Yeah. That was the last time I saw him before he was killed.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Lauren's father actually passed away yet.
I know. We had a long conversation about it on her podcast.
Lauren, she still holds regrets about that sometimes, and I wish she wouldn't.
And it fucked me up for a couple of, like, I mean, a good long, like, at least 5 years. I don't think I ever got, like, fully over it whenever I wrote my book. So whenever I wrote the book, it was all about, like, therapy, like taking all these little situations that you have all these, like, connections and problems within your mind, and so you sit down with the person and then you realize like they don't have these same problems. You're like, these weren't problems for them, so like why are they problems for you? And then you write it out and it's fucking gone. It's out, it's done.
I had a resident recently. He's again, I can't say names because just out of his privacy.
Right, of course.
But he was going through a lot of stuff, and I asked him, I said, and he's young, and you know how this generation is, it's just different. So I said, what helped me out when I was your age was I got a journal and just started writing shit down.
Yeah.
And it takes, I don't know, it sounds like it helps you. It helped me a lot.
Definitely.
I don't do it anymore, but it's something that I would go back to if I felt like I needed to.
Yeah. I never had a journal per se, but I would just like sit down every once in a while and like write. And like even now, like if I'm sitting in there and I can't sleep and something's just running through my mind, come out here and just put something on the page, something loosely about it, and it'll fucking, something will get cleared up. Whether I come to a resolution or not or something like.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes there's not a resolution. Sometimes,
sometimes you just got to get what's going on out
off your chest for sure.
Yeah, because all the things you don't say.
It really is. It really is.
And not even saying it to another person.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. I like that. I do like that a lot.
You can say it to yourself through the writing.
I do like that. So yeah, that's my mom, my dad's situation.
So you grew up. You had the two. How old are your sisters?
So I have two sisters. I technically have a third. I don't see her much, Danielle. But the one from my mother are Brittany and Jordan. They're awesome. Yeah. My youngest sister, Jordan, she's a nurse now and she's killing it.
That's what's up, dude.
Yeah, I'm so proud of her.
How much younger are we talking though?
So she's 8 years younger than me, I think. And then Brittany is only 2 years, almost to the day, younger than me. So me and Brittany really grow up like
together.
Oh, for sure. And she's got an awesome. She's got a girlfriend. Pretty much wife now, and
there you go.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, she's super happy, and so I'm happy for her. And then Jordan is awesome. Me and Jordan actually fought all the time because, well, it's because like when
she's the youngest, you're the oldest.
Well, yeah, because me and Brittany were in school together at the same time.
Yeah,
freshman, junior, like we were always together. When Jordan came around, we were 8 years apart. When she was born, I was like 16.
Yeah.
Or, there was a difference. So we didn't get to connect as much as I wanted to. And that little brat, yeah, she was total brat.
It's like you're almost like that older, like you almost feel like you should tell her, what to do. You have to be kind of like a role model kind of deal. Maybe?
Which I was way too young and immature to do any of that, which I still am. But, yeah, me and Jordan aren't as close as me and Brittany are or were, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but
continue to be probably.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm so proud of both of them. They're both killing it.
That's what's up, man. Yeah. Very cool. So that kind of leads to the dynamic of like growing up. You had your sister, Jordan or Brittany, the closest to you. From basically the get, and then you had Jordan came along a little bit later, and so things there's less room, stuff like that. Things are a little bit tighter, I guess. And then so you kind of start getting into school and everything. And so did you just went to just public school, Lamar. Did you go all school in Arlington?
For the most part, for the most part, it was pretty much Arlington area. We had a slight venture out into Saginaw.
I just realized there's a place.
Yeah,
recently.
My mother was going through. So Jordan, my youngest sister, and my mom, her and her husband, Jordan's father, had split up, and she was looking to get away. So we went up to Saginaw for a little bit, and that didn't work out too well. And then we went to I can't remember. We went back to Arlington.
Yeah.
But for the most part, Arlington.
So pretty much the whole time. Yeah. That's trippy. Okay, nice.
Yeah, there's not a lot of places in Arlington I haven't been to or know the streets of. So.
Yeah, I know you, and that's the crazy thing about people in Texas is they speak in streets and highways.
Streets and highways. You know what have you know the highway system is like? Have you seen it?
Like a overlay.
The numbering system.
There's numbers.
Yeah, so I saw.
Right, like 121 and all that shit.
So it's but it goes in 10, 20, 30, 40.
What?
Yeah, so I'm going to have to blow your minds.
Yes, probably. Okay,
right,
yeah.
So, where's Highway 10? What is that?
south, right?
All right, so Highway...
That's the one that goes through, like, Waxahachie
Let's just start with Highway 20. It goes Highway 20,
that goes
30,
through, like, South Arlington.
all the way
30,
up. It goes in numbers, like, in higher, and then the same way east to west, or west to east.
So, name a couple of those for me. Like,
so for instance,
360, is that in there?
No, that's not considered a highway.
Right.
Or an interstate highway. Mm. So think about Highway 1 is where? California.
Right, okay.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it goes in order.
What the
You're going to have to look up a map. Yeah. I don't know it off the top of my head.
I've heard Highway 1. I've heard of Highway 1. That's one that goes up the coast, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Have you ever driven the coast?
No, that's actually what we were planning on doing, which I think has officially fell through, unfortunately. But we're going to make it happen. So.
Yeah, so that's the highway system, to the best of my knowledge.
Okay, interesting.
Look at a map. You'll be...
Yeah, but these motherfuckers around here will be like, yeah, it's on the corner, like, whenever you get to that junction at 360 and this and this.
Dude,
and like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I worked in the oil field for about 9 months. I needed a job, and my buddy Blake Batista was in the oil field, so he got me hooked up, and that was the saddest.
Batista.
That was the saddest day of my life because this was Kelsey's. Jackson's mother, Kelsey, and I had to leave her to go make money. I just had to, and so I was working out in the oil field, and that was an intense job. Like, that was insane.
Yeah, people don't talk about it enough.
No, the stories I could tell, like.
I'll never around a bunch of fucking roughneck dudes, bro. It's like a locker room all the time.
It's like I don't consider myself to be like some overly educated person or anything like that, but there were some times I was like, "How are you, my boss?"
Yeah, you're a fucking jackass, bro.
Yeah, and there were like,
he got a certification.
Yeah, they got a certification. And there was one time like me and this guy got into it, and this is crazy. I'll never forget this story. I tell it all the time. Like, we got into it, and he pushed me down, and he threw a knife down at my feet, and he said, if you say anything about this, I'm going to tell people you came at me with that knife. And I was like, what the fuck?
I'll fucking kill you with this.
No, and I left.
Pussy.
A week later, I fucking left.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, and there was another...
I don't need this shit.
Yeah, I was out one night.
How old were you?
Shit.
What, like 23, maybe?
I don't know. I'm probably 28, maybe.
Okay.
I was in my 20s, so I was physically capable to do it. At least
right,
I thought I was.
If you're not a foreman, you go in there
but
at your age.
There was this one asshole. He was younger than me, too. And so I went out because we worked 12 on, 12 off.
Yeah.
And it was odd, dude. It was like we were out on this pad. Like, you would drive in the middle of nowhere, which got me to the story about how you said directions.
Yeah.
You would take a left at a milk carton. that was the directions. You see a milk carton, take a right. You see a cactus, take a left, and like it was insane, like how crazy. And
that's how they used to do the highways, like back whenever they first started them, and like so I actually learned this probably I think in like history class. So like they would say like if you were gonna drive from like the East Coast to the West Coast, they would say like you take this road, and then you have to take a left at, like, the yellow house. And then the motherfucker with the yellow house would paint their house and fuck with everybody.
That asshole.
They would do it on purpose. This is the funny thing.
Just to fuck with people? I mean, dude. I guess if you got, like, you live out there, you got
there wasn't a lot going on, probably.
Yeah, they're like,
watching these motherfuckers, like, looking for the yellow house.
you know what I would do if I was that asshole? I would get interchangeable wood and just flip it around every now and then just to fuck with people. Dude.
Yeah, there's going to be a sign that says go left, and then sometimes it'll go right.
Oh my gosh, that's terrifying.
That's old school fuckery,
terrifying.
Dude, is what it is, yeah. Because at that point, that's wilderness, bro.
It really is.
They fuck around and send you out to the Ozarks, bro.
Yeah. I wish I'd been in the Ozarks.
Before there were people out there.
I was in Midland, Odessa.
Oh, fuck,
and,
man.
I'll never... The only memory I have about Midland, Odessa, well, not the only one, but the one that stuck with me the most is, like so I was out there. It's about, if anybody's ever been to Midland, Odessa, it's like a 7-8 hour drive, and the drive sucks.
Yeah.
It's terrible. And then I remember...
You're driving through nothing. Dude.
Yeah, I was making all this money. And, like, really good money. Working for it, obviously.
Yeah,
but making a lot of money.
I heard the hardest part about some of the oil field jobs is just staying awake.
That wasn't my hardest part. Like, because my hardest part was just being away from family. Mm. Like, it got so bad to the point where, like, I told my girlfriend, I was like, my son's mother, because she wanted to talk every night. And I was like,
this is before like FaceTime and shit was
yeah, she wanted to talk every night, and I was like, hearing her voice and all that, just like, it was easier just to muscle through and just focus on work than, because when I heard her voice, I wanted to come home. So I just literally had to I said, just stop calling me. And she hated that, but I was like, I have to do this.
Yeah, just do this for me. Like, like, I hope you can get this, but like, it sounds shitty. Like, you know, like. But
yeah, there's definitely some shit. Yeah. Midland, Odessa was crazy. So back to that, I was at a gas station, because these oil companies, they come in and they rape these towns. And I don't mean like, they just take out every resource and they leave all their shit behind. And I'll never forget, I was at a gas station. There was a mom, and she couldn't have been more than like 32. Yeah. Something like that. 2 kids. And they went to go they were just in there getting stuff. And the boy went to go get like a gallon of milk. And the mom was like, we can't afford that. And I was like, it hit me so hard. Yeah. So I literally turned to the mom and the kids. I was like, go get whatever the fuck you want in this store.
Whatever
Double
you
up.
need. Grab it up.
Like, because I was making shit ton of money, and they can't afford to buy milk. And the look on her.
You came into their place and took all the money.
Exactly.
You know?
I was there like, get all the milk. I don't get buy the store. What do you want? You need a full tank of gas? I don't give a shit. Whatever you want. And I was just like, I hated it. Yeah. So shortly after that, I left, because I was just, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. Damn, dude.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild, because there's money being thrown around, you know?
Yeah, and
those guys are out there fucking jacking up trucks and fucking doing all this bullshit.
Dude, I made like $85,000 in like 7 months.
Jesus Christ, dude.
But you pay the price, you're gone all the time.
Yeah.
So
now for a single guy, that's
good, you know? No, absolutely. Hell, if I was, well, I guess I am, but well, now, but I'm also
back to
not,
the oil field.
No, I'm not in the shape I was back then. So.
Yeah. All right, so let's take just a quick step back to like, so this is a question I do like to ask, is like, so going through like high school here at Lamar and all that stuff, it's like, were you like the party kind of guy, or were you like the...
You know, I've been asked that before, and I don't know a definitive answer, because I feel like I was that kind of like switchblade. Like, I had friends with everybody. Like, I had friends that were gothic, I had friends that were nerds.
You and me are very similar.
I had friends that were jocks.
Yeah.
I mean, I
had friends in the fucking band and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I had friends with everybody. I was just kind of a social butterfly, I guess.
Were you in the AP classes as well?
No, but funny story about AP. So I did live in Fort Worth for 1 year at Eastern Hills High School, and I realized very quickly after how smart I wasn't, because my mother, we moved back from, that's what it was, Saginaw, I think it was. It was 7th grade, I think, and we lived at East Chase, which was, I don't know if you know where East Chase is.
Yeah.
It's right on the edge. My mom didn't know that was technically... Fort Worth border.
Yeah.
So we were just on the outskirts of Lamar, or Arlington district. So that year I went to Eastern Hills, which is a predominantly black school. Very low income and just very different. So I'm actually
were smart, weren't they?
No.
Oh shit.
Oh, you talking about not at Eastern Hills?
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, it was a completely different thing. So I went there.
Was Lamar like predominantly white at the time, or what?
I would say for the most part. I mean, this was 2000 actually.
Yeah.
98, 99, 2000. And
there's a lot of change after like Katrina.
A lot of change for sure.
Yeah.
But
demographically, not.
So my freshman year, I went to Eastern Hills High School, which was a predominantly black school. And, looking back, I'm actually really happy that I went there, because it kind of helped me mold the person. Well, yeah, because seeing both sides of it. Going to an all-black school and then a predominantly white school. So my freshman year, I was in the top 10% of my class. And then sophomore year, we went back to Lamar, and I dropped to 35%. So I realized how smart I wasn't.
I mean, still 35% isn't bad, you know?
Yeah, I'm batting.
Yeah, there you go. Dope, yeah. Wait, like the 35, like on the low
I was
end?
in the top 35.
Oh, okay.
But before, I was in top 10%.
Yeah.
So I was sitting there thinking I'm a genius.
Now, whenever people say that, I always think like, you got to think like the 50% are just fucking idiots, bro. Like 50% of our population. I love you guys, man, but y'all are dumb. Well, I deal with a lot of fucking people, man.
You do.
I deal with a lot of people, and 50% of y'all are dumb.
Yeah.
Okay?
For sure.
I love you, and you have your things about you and stuff, but I'm not, like, if we were co-doing the fucking, like, SAT or something, I'm not going to choose you.
Right. Yeah. So do you believe in street smarts?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. So there's something to be said about like being able to deal with people, and that's something that has actually gotten me a long way in life. It's like whenever you were talking about how you got through like the leasing and stuff like that, was like you just had these opportunities somehow, and it was like probably your people skills and like your street smarts as well. And so that's what has kind of led me through bartending, and bartending and like jumping into management for a second and stuff. Like I was a bartender I was 21 whenever I went into management.
Yeah.
Like freshly, you had to be 21 to bartend.
Right.
And so whenever I turned 21 in June, by November I was manager.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got thrown into it kind of young.
Well, I had connections with like, I was good friends with like one of the other managers and stuff. And so like I had like, not exactly connections, but it was like they understood that I knew how to talk to people and shit. So I don't know, it just kind of worked out for me, and it always has. And like, so that's how I've gotten into this like NSO stuff now as well. And like I've always been close with my managers.
Yeah. Know? But yeah, you're 100% right. It's and there's an old expression that's not what you know, it's who you know.
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, definitely.
And that comes down to the street smart part of
absolutely, it. Absolutely, for sure. So
I can't say I'm the best bartender. I think I'm pretty fucking good at it. But like I'm definitely not the best.
Well, vodka sodas aren't hard to fuck up. So
you fucking right, bro. And Boomer Jacks is about the easiest bartending gig you'll ever get. And you make a lot of money doing it, man.
For sure. For sure.
Definitely recommend it. You sling a lot of beer and a lot of single with a mixer. You know what I mean? Yeah.
What's your biggest? What's your biggest bartender pet peeve?
Anything with milk.
No. Okay.
You got to run to the back.
I guess that's not what I was getting at. Like,
somebody that cuts me off in the middle of my, like, because I have a very short spiel. It's like, hey, what's up, bro?
Right.
You know, like I'm not a guy that's like, you know, like going through the whole fucking like steps and shit. Like I'm a trainer, you know, because like I can get through those steps super quick.
Sure.
And so it's like I have like 5 seconds I have to talk to you, and then you cut me off in the middle of it, and you're like, Long Island. I'm like, you don't even fucking, you're not drinking it. You don't like those. Like, you're just trying to fucking act cool. Like, give me a shot of Patron. I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. And then you're not even going to tip me because you can't afford Patron.
Right.
You jackass. You know? Like, you're going to drink 5 of those, and you're going to look at your bill and be like, what happened? And I'm like, you know what happened.
You know what happened. You know what happened.
You asshat.
I've only half-assed been a bartender. I mainly was a bar back, but definitely bartended here and there. So you know, just simple stuff. Like, but my biggest pet peeve was always like, especially at a place like yours where the taps are right there.
Yeah.
What's on tap?
Oh my god,
right here.
bro! Yes, dude.
And then they ask, they always ask, what do you have? I'm like, it's a bar. We have everything,
bro. Oh my god!
What do you want?
Yes, dude. Or they're like, what kind of drinks do you have? I'm like, what do you drink?
What do you drink?
Like, I literally name a liquor, and I will tell you 15 things that you can drink
right.
You know, it's fucking crazy,
gosh,
bro.
I used to work in
that is actually a pet peeve for me.
I used to work at Houston Street in downtown Fort Worth,
dude.
Houston Street downtown Fort Worth, and I'd have all these young college,
real young kids,
yeah. And they would they'd take all their time looking at all the beers and blah 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 and what we had and this and that. Like, I'll take Coors Light.
Like, what were you doing?
What were we doing here
the whole time?
And then also, like, when you make when you make the specialty shots, it could be green teas.
Yeah,
I need 5 of those. Cool, got you. And then once you're done making them, can I get 3 more? I'm like, bro. Yeah. I got to the point at Houston
I'm using
Street.
The same ice, you know. Yeah. Fuck you.
I got to the point at Houston Street where, like, when these kids would come in, like the college kids, the TCU brats, I would literally, they would come in. If they couldn't make up their mind fast enough, because I had other people to deal with, I would literally just pour a shot of whiskey and be like, you come back to me after you can drink that.
Oh, I'll walk away.
Yeah.
I won't give him anything.
Oh, I give him a shot of whiskey.
No, I just walk away. I'm like, dude, I don't have time for this. Yeah. Like, I have to go.
That's got to be frustrating.
So it's kind of a thing, so I think I have a way of, like, getting around that, of just being like, hey, man, just take your time. I'm going to take a lap. I'll be right back. You know what I mean? Like, so that's where it comes to, like, a big thing is communication behind the bar, you know? Yo, there's Lolo, dude. What's up, dude? But the big thing is just communication, bro. Yeah. And so it's like, whenever, like, a lot of people get mad if, like, they're asked, like if somebody asks them about the menu, I'm like, do you not know the menu? Like, you know, or like, can you not lead somebody through the menu well enough to find something within the first, like, couple seconds? You know, it's like,
Sure.
Like, you look at the person, you're like, you look like you're probably looking for a sandwich. So let's look at the fucking sandwiches. Or
what would make you think they're looking for a sandwich?
Like maybe they're kind of in a hurry. Maybe they're not that hungry. Right. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to give them a burger. You're not going to fucking sell them the salmon with like this big piece of salmon with a bunch of shit, you know? Right. So you're just like, okay, so you're in here for lunch. Let's get you a fucking sandwich that's on the fucking lunch menu. You know what I mean? Like, there's a couple of different cues you can get.
That little hamburger on the lunch menu is pretty dope.
Bro, that's a fucking game changer.
It really is.
I sell that to everybody. I sell that like every day,
it's
so many times, bro.
Like, it's the perfect burger for that price.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing about like communication is like I was talking to Joe Lissa the other day, and like so she somehow made this deal. I don't know what happened. So we were both on main bar.
Okay.
And then Natalie and Bryn were on the other bar.
Okay.
And I wasn't supposed to close. So I'm supposed to leave at some point.
Okay.
And so Jalissa didn't want to close. But so Natalie and Bryn both wanted to close.
Okay.
So somehow she talked the managers into bringing Natalie over to our bar, leaving Bryn at the other bar, and I'm going home either way. But so she thought we were both going to leave, and Natalie was just going to take over the whole bar.
Okay.
And it's Friday night, by the way.
Is that typically still busy for you?
Well, we're in the slow season, so it was like it wasn't super busy, but it was busier than normal. You know?
Right.
Like, it's Friday night, and so she brought her over. And we're like, so let's go ahead and tab out these people that we have that have been here for 3-4 fucking hours, you know? And she was like, well, I'm not good at that. I'm like, I do this every day.
What do you mean you're not good at it?
I'm like, you just go tell them. Like, just go talk to your people. Like, what do you mean?
Oh my gosh, that's one of my... I hate when bartenders do that. And I don't hate it. It's just... I guess I've been at bars enough, like when people come up to me and say, do you want to... You know, we're about to be a shift change. Do you want to stay with me? Obviously, yeah. I'm going to give you... I want you to make your money.
Yes.
But a lot of people don't get that. Oh, just switch over. And those are the assholes.
Yeah. Come on. That's why I like half-ass give you the offer.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, tab out with me.
Yeah.
Or, you know, we could go through this whole rigmarole of you getting switched over to somebody else. So I make the other one seem a little bit, you know, just through my communication. I'm like, hey, this is the easiest option. Right. Or you could be a dick and do this stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, tipping's a funny thing, too. Have you ever, like... looked into that about like other countries don't do that shit at all.
Oh, dude, no. And so the West Coast. So on the West Coast, apparently they make minimum wage, and then they get tips as well. But because obviously, like the cost of living and stuff is higher. But like Australia, not a thing. South America is not a huge thing.
I want to say, I think it's. I don't want to offend anybody. Like the Asian culture.
Japanese, oh no, they take it as a sign of disrespect. Yeah. Like, oh, you don't think I make money?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's tipping is definitely an American thing.
Oh, well, do you know how it came about?
Tell me. I've heard this on some documentary.
So it's from the Great Depression, apparently.
Ooh, okay. That makes sense.
So whenever the have-nots were working at the bar, and the haves would come in, the few that there were, they would come in, and so the business itself couldn't afford to pay these people. They could only afford to keep the doors open. Then so the patrons would pay the people to stay there and work. And
that just kind of stuck?
It just stuck. And so, no, they used it to keep the cost of food down, because if you paid everybody, what's the minimum wage right now? At the very least, $10 an hour.
I can't even tell you.
I make $2.13 an hour.
Yeah.
If you 5 times my pay, that business is not going to have a good time. So your burger is going to go from $15 to like $30.
I think I saw this on some show, and I don't know if you've ever heard of it, called Adam Ruins Everything.
I have heard of that,
dude. This show will change your life. It's intriguing, but
it's very well informed as well.
It is that's the goal. Like, it's to inform people of everything, and that is where I think I heard that from.
Yeah,
and he said that like tipping, if there was some companies or bars or restaurants or whatever that were actually just paying their employees a normal rate, so tipping wasn't needed. Mm-hmm. They were just happy and gave them benefits and shit. they had they had happier employees and everything. So it's the whole tipping concept is okay. It's crazy. And then what really pisses me off about certain tipping is like when you go to like a I don't know, you go order pickup food.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, dude, what is
that's interesting, right? So, at a place where I know that you're making minimum wage or whatever, and so like obviously you'd be okay with that. And that's the thing about like whenever it comes to my barbacks and stuff, it's like I know that like like, bro, you make like $15, $18 an hour probably.
Sure.
Yeah. And you showed up halfway through my shift.
Right.
You're not getting 20% of my fucking tips for the entire shift.
Right.
That's not happening, bro.
For sure.
Yeah.
What about those like little, like you go to like, I want to say, I don't know, I went to like an ice cream shop that I take Jax to.
Bro, and they put it in your face.
No, they literally, they give you a cup and you put it together. And then when you ready to go, they're like, what do you want to tip? I'm like, what the fuck did you do?
Yeah.
You literally handed me a cup. I did the work.
Or the places like Fat Burger or whatever the fuck, where you go up to the counter, you order the food, they don't do anything.
So I
take your order, put it in the kiosk. You could have done it.
Yeah.
You could have put it in the fucking kiosk.
I've started to feel less and less bad about it. Like now I'm just like, nah.
Bro, at Subway, they've started asking
they've
for
started
a tip.
doing that too.
I'm like, what?
And, I don't know. And I'm all about the tip.
And I do tip. And
but I need you to work for a tip.
Yes. Now, some people, like, especially there was one dude at Subway that really fucking earned his tip, bro.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll tip.
That's cool with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if I go in there and you're dry as fuck, and that's the thing about customer service around this motherfucker, bro. Customer service in DFW is almost dead, bro.
Hell, I'll even go, like, I'll go to Fuzzy's sometimes, and, like, on the weekends, and then I'll have, like, a margarita. Technically, they're still they're making me a drink. So I'll throw them $1 or $2.
Well, for sure. Yeah.
For sure. But they earn that. But yeah.
But you ordered your food from the counter over here.
Or something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But when they flip over that little screen and do you want a tip and it is like 15, 20, 25% or custom, I'm like, really?
Like you just stood there. Like you're going to continue to stand there.
Yeah.
And make $15 dollars an hour or whatever.
I don't know. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well. That's my thing on tipping.
Yeah. So it's weird because like the cost of living has gone up and stuff. And like Kristen works at the apothecary, dude. Like she only makes, a certain amount an hour, and it's not like a crazy amount. It's not great, but it's like she makes what she makes. And we were talking about it the other day because we were trying to buy the house and stuff. And I'm like, dude, there are like 2 people households where they both make like $15 an hour.
Right.
And I'm like,
it's insane.
What the fuck do they do?
It's insane. So when I first got into the apartment industry was back in 2010. I was told many times by people much smarter than me in the industry that like it typically goes up 2 to 3% is roughly the average.
Yeah.
The last 2 years, it's gone up like 15, 20%.
Dude, so ours jumped up from $14.50 to $16.75.
Yeah, it's insane. Like
for no reason. Well, I mean, property tax, I guess. Texas has the weirdest property tax in the entire nation.
I don't.
Yeah, so it's variable because Texas itself doesn't have a property tax. The city gets to decide what their property tax is.
Ah, okay. So you could go down to like some other city and it's totally different?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like there's a couple of them that have like really like low property tax, but it's not great cities to live in. So there's the lowest one that I saw was like 1.5%, but most of them are like 3%, which is high as fuck. Mm-hmm. Like the national average, if I looked it up correctly, which these weren't government websites, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not a doctor, guys. Was like 1 to 1.5%, and the average in Texas is 1.9.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just high as fuck, but you also don't have what is it?
State tax.
State tax. Yeah, that's what it is.
So maybe they're just making up the difference.
Maybe. So the cities, like, we're not getting this, so we have to get this.
Right.
Maybe.
I mean, they always find a way to get their money.
And it's also desirable to live here because of that. And you have all these people moving here, so they're like, we can jack this up. It's going to fuck our residents, but we're going to make money.
Right.
Yeah. Fuck the constituents that we currently have because we're getting by the droves at this point.
Oh, for sure.
People that'll come in here and just pay it.
So, yeah, my mom lives in, like, a decent house, like a nice little house in South Arlington, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And I think her house could probably sell for double what she paid for it. And it's nothing special. Yeah. It's just insane. Like,
I mean, if she bought it 10 years ago.
Well, I mean, I think she bought like 15 years ago.
Fuck around, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's over with, dude. Yeah.
And that's really kind of.
But if she sold that house, she can't buy a new one. Well,
so that's the biggest thing. Like, you sell your house and you get all this money, but then you can't afford to buy another fucking house.
You gotta move to Montana.
Yeah, seriously. And my mom ain't moving to Montana.
Yeah. So move to Arkansas, bro. It's not too crazy there yet. It is getting to that point.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Arkansas.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That's where I'm from, bro.
Yeah, well, I guess that would make sense why you know that.
Yeah. Well, because it's like people are moving to DFW or Texas, you know, and then they're like, well, this is still a little too high. So like, what's the next best thing? Yeah.
I just, I don't know.
Which Arkansas is way better than Texas.
I've definitely been in this industry long. I don't know about all that.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know, but I've definitely been in the
my
industry.
baby's a fucking Texan, bro.
Well, that's good. She's going to be raised right.
She's going to be all right.
She's going to be raised right. No. My best friend, he was born and raised in Texas, and he moved out to California. And I was always hoping he'd come back, but he's dead set out there.
Yeah. He's down with all that bullshit, bro.
Well, you know, he actually he recently passed a little while back. So
fuck around. Okay.
Yeah. I think I talked about that. Like my buddy.
Yes.
So yeah. That was actually a huge like game changer in my life recently. That was dramatic.
Because what was he like? 30.
He was
38.
Yeah, he was a year younger than me. Paul Jones, shout out. But yeah, he was my best friend since I was 16 years old. When he passed, Paul. Yeah. So when he passed, it was very unexpected, and it was like shit.
What happened? If I
no, of course, open book. He shot himself in the head. So I don't know what he was going on in his life.
He's living in Cali. That's what the fucking problem is.
Well, he would hate this to this day, but he would love it right now. But he lived in Northern California, which
oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
He was doing it right then.
Yeah, he was in our. He had a beautiful wife and everything. I just, things. I don't know. We talked every week, and it was blindside for sure. So
wow, man.
Yeah,
sometimes you just don't fucking know, dude.
Yeah, and it actually it made me start like wanting to reach out to more of my friends and be like, "What's going on in your life, man? You good?"
Yeah, dude, for real.
Like I almost want to set up like a weekly text to all my buddies.
Because
like,
my friends are sketchy, by the way.
Yeah,
and it's like, if it happened, I'd be like, I mean, I guess, but like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
And I had just talked to him like a week before. We talked on a daily basis, like, and it was, or not daily basis, but weekly basis, and it was like it was something.
You're gonna make me call my fucking friends after this.
You should. You never know.
You know what? Cheers to Paul.
Hey, man, I appreciate that. He was my brother for sure. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
You would have liked him.
I think so, man. He sounds cool. So, to kind of not even get back on track, let's follow this a little bit. So,
okay.
When did you meet Paul?
I met Paul when I was 16 or 17 up at Hurricane Harbor. I was a lifeguard there.
Did he go to Lamar as well, or?
He actually went to Grand Irving. No, he went to Irving. I think he went to Irving.
I've heard weird, conflicting stories about Irving.
Irving? Yeah. Well,
there's people tell me it's weird.
There's two parts of Irving. The Crooked Eye. There's really there's lower income parts of Irving, and then there's like the Pantego,
super high,
which is like Las Colinas.
Yeah, that's where my buddy lives. Yeah,
that's still technically Irving.
Yeah,
because I lived out in Las Colinas. That's actually where Lauren's moving out to. She's gonna go live at her property, which super proud of. She needs that for sure. But I met Paul when I was 16, 17 at Hurricane Harbor, and it's kind of a crazy story. We were it was a rainy day, so when the rainy days happen at Hurricane Harbor, obviously nobody's out there, so they kind of just sent people home. But me and Paul were sitting in my truck one day, and I just met the dude, and he didn't have a car, so I was like, and this was back when the Six Flags Mall was the thing.
Yeah,
I don't know if you know that.
No,
it's off like 360, or used to be.
It's gone now, right?
Yeah, pretty much gone.
Yeah, that's where like it was like a strip of bars and shops. And
no,
stuff,
see,
right?
that's how much older I am than you. But it was an actual mall called.
I've only
Six
lived
Flags
here for
Mall.
3 years.
Well, 360, and I would say like Division. There was a mall.
Oh, okay, yeah,
on the Grand Prairie side. But yeah, so we had nothing.
So crazy because we're right there. It's fucking Grand Prairie right there, dude.
It is crazy, like 360.
As big as Arlington is, we're right fucking there.
Yeah, for sure. But anyways, I digress. We went to the mall, and we're just two 16, 17-year-old kids, and we were walking around, and we went to Spencer's. If you ever heard of that place?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Spencer's is the only place that carries disturbed merch. Really?
Okay. Yeah.
Well, that and what's the other one? Hot Topic, I guess. Bro.
Hot Topic. Yeah.
You got the good hard band.
All the weird shit that your parents in the store that your parents didn't want
Spencer's
you going into.
Had the real shit.
Hot Topic was crazy because Hot Topic like really they were into some they were like into more like that Marilyn Manson, like that weird shit that your parents did not want you doing.
But like you go into Spencer's, you can find some like BDSM shit.
You can stuff, like sex toys. And
you
all
go in like
of
the backpack, you know,
like the backpack.
Where they have the weird cards with the dicks that pop out and shit. Yeah. I wish they had beads, bro. Yes, dude. Spencer's Gifts is what they call it, dude.
Is that what it is?
Spencer's Gifts.
For who?
For your weird friend.
Yeah. But yeah, we were there, and there was this cowboy hat, like just like that one of those, I don't know, what do you call them, the straw hats? And
dope. Yeah, okay.
And I tried it on, and I was like, I can't afford this, because I was broke. I was 17. Mm-hmm. I'd just been kicked out recently.
He said, let's walk out with it.
No, I didn't do that. No. No, but he somehow, and he was piss broke too, he bought me this hat, and I was like, we got back in my truck, and I remember saying, I was like,
dude, fucking thank you. Like,
sorry.
No, you're fine. Yeah, go ahead.
I was like, damn it, you got me.
I'm sorry.
No, like, no, that's my boy. But I was like, we're gonna be best friends for life. And like, I said, you know that, right? And he was like, yeah. And like that moment, I don't know what it was. It was something magical between like two like buddies, like best buds. Like we're gonna be friends for life. And he's like,
never met before.
His response was like, "Yep." And I was like, "Cool. Your shit is now my shit." Yeah. And I was like, and like
no matter what.
We never looked back. Like that was my boy. So, yeah.
You know, so if I may,
you may.
At the end, when he decided to do what he did, I want to say he knew that you could handle it.
I hope so.
And so, not to like put this on you, but you have to handle it.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say.
I know you've had your like struggles here lately with it and stuff, but like he wouldn't have done it if he wouldn't have thought.
I'd like to think so. I know that when I got the news, it was December 8th. Or I'm sorry, December 2nd, 7/28. There's certain dates and times in your life you'll never forget.
Yeah.
Like, I remember 2 dates in my life for certain. I remember when Kelsey woke me up saying that Jackson it was time. It was 4:06 on the dot. I remember looking at the clock. It's 4:06. And she said, the infliction in her eye said, it's time.
Yeah.
Because we had false ones.
Like some shit's going on.
Because we went to the hospital before.
Yeah.
Like, she just knew. She's like, this is time. So 4:06 that day. And then, 7/28 on December 2nd, like, I'll never forget. That was...
December 2nd of... Was it this last year? Or?
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah.
And,
I think you told me about it at the bar. I think we were close enough at this point.
Yeah.
You told me about it.
And I remember thinking, after I had grieved for a good 45 minutes, just letting it all out, I felt a desire, or not desire, just a need to call all of our friends.
You and Paul's friends?
The ones that mattered, the closest ones. We have a group of like 6 of us.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want them hearing that information
from somebody
on
else.
Facebook or somebody else. So that was...
because people make it so shitty on Facebook, you know?
Yeah.
It'll be like some like weird post where like, oh, we knew him so well.
Oh, whatever.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
He hated you, by the way. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah. But that was like...
People on Facebook are so much better than they are in real life.
Oh, my goodness. You tell me about it. Yeah. But no, I sit there and I had to make 7 calls. Like to all of our best friends. And the hardest part was hearing 7 grown men cry.
Fall apart, man. Yeah.
But I
can think of 3 to 5 people that if you called me right now and told me that happened.
Yeah.
I remember, so my college roommate actually overdosed.
On what? Do you know what I'm asking?
He was on, so when I knew him, whenever we were roommates, he was bad off on Adderall, and so he ended up going down, he got into like meth for a little bit, and then I think he overcorrected in the other direction, so he got on heroin. And so I think that's what eventually got him. I don't want to say there was any fentanyl involved because this was, I don't think fentanyl was even a thing back then. I don't think so. Yeah. This was 2 years ago though.
Oh, maybe
this happened. And so I remember I'm still real close with his mom and stuff, dude. And like, it just fucking, I was like, what the fuck?
Isn't that crazy?
This was the smartest person I've ever met in my fucking life.
So that's how Paul was, like, not smart.
He got me through Cal 3. He got me through Cal 2 and Cal 3 in college. I didn't deserve that shit at all, bro. Like, I'm smart. I like to think I'm smart, but I never did my fucking homework.
Right.
This dude, like, you could show up to that day. He would give you a pep talk before with all the information you fucking need. And, like, he would just fucking take Adderall, go smoke cigarettes, take Adderall, go smoke cigarettes, do his homework, go smoke cigarettes, do his homework, go smoke cigarettes. Yeah. Like, he got fucking nicotine poisoning from cigarettes because he took too much Adderall and fucking just did his fucking homework all the goddamn time.
Oh, man, that's bad.
Insane.
It is insane.
And so, whenever I heard about that, dude, Jacob Wojciech is my fucking...
That's your boy?
That's my fucking boy, dude. Smartest person I've ever met in my entire life. And this is the one you lost? Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
My entire life.
Isn't that weird?
They found him just out back.
They
just found him.
That was hard for me, and it's still hard. It's and I think it's always gonna be hard. Is the fact that, like, when me and Paul we had plans.
Yeah.
Like, we were supposed to be on
Boys
a porch.
Yeah.
I wanted to sit with that man
old man on
with our dog and our whiskey, bitching about our wives, and the Cowboys sucking.
That's your ex-wives, while y'all sit in a house that y'all live together in,
and the Cowboys haven't won a Super Bowl or something like that.
60 goddamn years.
So, like, and that was my dude. That was my dude. And don't get me wrong, I have some really good friends, but that you always have that one dude.
That one dude.
And I always when I like, even to this day, people are like, who's your best friend? Like Paul Jones. Yeah. And like, people are like, do you?
He doesn't lose that spot, ever.
And, like, I'm not a religious man by any means. Like, I'm very agnostic. Like, I just believe in a higher power. Yeah. But, like, I still text him. Like, which is weird.
He can hear you, dude.
Is that weird I text him?
Not at all. He can hear you.
Like, during the Super Bowl, I was like, we got this? Or, I'm just texting him.
Yeah.
So, it's just weird.
He can hear you, bro.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
He absolutely can. And then whenever you meet him in whatever the fucking end is.
Oh, it'll be a porch
he's gonna be like,
in Texas.
Fuck the goddamn Cowboys, bro.
Well, I'd hope by the time I die, they've won one.
If we have Dak as our quarterback and fucking
oh
Zeke
my gosh,
as our
are we about to
running
dive
back
into a sports thing?
I hope not. It just drives me crazy, man.
Well,
we don't have any clutch goddamn players on our team.
Well, I think
we have a very clutch defense now. We have an insanely clutch defense, but we don't have anything to back it up.
I can tell you the one thing. So I love talking sports, but there's one thing I don't enjoy doing. It's actually a huge pet peeve. You do not strike me that way. I enjoy talking sports with you.
Okay.
When I'm out and about and people start talking sports, I'm so into sports on every level, as far as like free agency, what's going on, and actual the whole business side of it sometimes.
Oh, for sure.
When people start talking like, oh, we should just go get this guy or do this or we need this and that.
Do you understand how much money and like trading and like fucking back of house stuff is involved in this?
I don't like stupid sports talk.
Yeah.
So I'll be
sitting. If you're just going to be a jackass that's going to be like, fuck Dak. You're like, do you understand why we have him?
Right. Because my response to that
or the people that are like, fuck Zeke. You're like, do you understand why we have him?
Yeah.
Like, you can put him in on the fucking 2-yard line most of the time, and he'll fucking do it.
Right.
But that's why we have Pollard, who is my fucking boy, bro.
Which he's also hurt for, like, he's beat up too now.
That's because he's fucking carrying the team on his back, bro.
but it's like little things like that when, trust me, I'm a huge Romo fan, like, so...
bro, you strike me as a Romo fan. My mom's a Romo fan.
I think that
my mom's a Cowboys fan, but she's a Romo fan.
I think that his career ended like 2-3 years too short. And when
I don't think he had those in him, bro.
I don't know. I think he did.
I think he got beat the fuck up on a team that just didn't respect him.
Maybe. But what about this question? When people are like, fuck Dak, let's get rid of him. You know what my answer is every time? Cool. Who are we replacing him with?
Right.
Right now.
Uh-huh.
Who?
Who are you going to pull from another team?
Who are you going to pull from another team? How much money and capital draft picks is it going to cost to get him?
Who the fuck are you going to draft?
Or who are you going to draft? You're going to go through a rookie year? Like, I don't...
Do you want to... Okay, so do you want to deal with your fucking Cowboys fans during a rookie year?
No, I don't.
No, bro. God damn. They would lose their minds. Bro.
I mean, Dak ain't... He ain't perfect, but he's still a top 10.
You know what we need?
Oh, I'm curious. Do not say it.
Yeah, pull Tom Brady out of retirement. No, I'm just fucking. I'm so fucking with you, bro.
I totally thought you were gonna. I thought you were gonna. I thought you were gonna say Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my
God. Dude. You know what?
He's the biggest diva of them all.
He would get us back to the first round of the playoffs, and then he'd try to secure the MVP for himself. And tell us to go fuck ourselves.
He's something special.
Did you hear that quote from him?
About what?
Where he was talking about, I think I got one more MVP in me. And it's like, you don't have a Super Bowl in you, motherfucker? Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what are you? It's just about you, is what you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, I take everything with a grain of salt. I think he's a diva to the max.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure. But yeah, I won't get too much into the sports salary stuff. But like, one thing that I do want to get off my chest when it comes to like sports and quarterbacks is I understand that like you need to make your money. Yes. But what I cannot stand and tolerate is
when you get your money.
When a quarterback, no, not even that. When a quarterback is demanding literally 20% of the salary, and he goes online and says, "I need this guy signed. I'm a team player." You're taking out.
How do you want to pay him?
Yeah.
What are you going to pay him with?
Yeah. What are you going to pay him with? Shits and giggles and hopes.
That's one thing I will always have respect for Brady for.
Took less. Dirk.
I mean, obviously his wife made all the fucking money in the family at the time. His ex-wife, we'll call her now. But dude, he made what, $10 million a year or something?
Probably nothing compared to her internationally.
Like 8 to 10?
Yeah.
Bro, she was killing like $200-300 million a year. But so like think about the cap space though.
Right.
If you have a quarterback, which Dak is making what, 30?
Oh, he's making 45.
$45 million a year?
The cap is like 220, I think.
Yeah. So he's at, what is that? Fucking like 15-20%?
Exactly. And there's 52 people on our team.
And then Zeke has the other fucking like 25%.
Yeah.
And Pollard is running the ball more than you, motherfucker.
I've always hated quarterbacks that sit here and say, "I'm a team player. I want to win. No, you don't. You want your money."
Zeke, you're ugly, bro. I hate to say it. Because I don't want to introduce a negative, but you are ugly, bro. And you might be a really nice guy. I've heard a lot of things to the contrary, but you might be a nice guy. I hope you're a nice guy. I think Dak's a nice guy.
I think Dak genuinely is a good guy, and I would never tell somebody not to get their money.
Yeah,
but don't go on and don't constantly.
Do you understand how many people are depending on you and hoping for you? This is America's team, not because it's the best team in the league or anything.
I guess I focus more on the fact that like the thing is like we're not the Cincinnati Bengals. We're not some shit team. This is America's team. You realize if you win a championship in Dallas, you're a god.
You are a god.
They will build a statue.
Troy Aikman has a statue.
A statue. Dirk has a statue. And they get endorsement deals.
It's bigger than the Rocky statue, motherfucker.
It really is.
Yes, it is.
Just take that less money to win that championship and be a god.
You don't need that money.
You'll never buy a meal in Texas ever again. You walk in with your dick out, like I won that championship. Like, yeah, we know. Here's your eggs and bacon, whatever the hell you want.
Take your shoes off, motherfucker. Let's go.
Right?
Suck on your toes before you get the steak.
But it's a business, so
yeah.
That just goes back to what I was saying. Is like I hate having conversations with sports fans about stupid sports fans.
Yeah.
The one-offers, like
I think I like to think I understand it. So I get a lot of my information from the bar and shit.
Yeah, I bet.
So
that's gotta be interesting.
When we come back, we can talk about the rigged, NFL
my goodness.
and shit. That's an interesting thing. But I do want to take another shot for your boy Paul.
I appreciate that, man. He's in there.
Man, I think I would have liked him.
Oh my gosh, he was everybody's best friend, and that was actually one thing that I found when I was in Cali. I was selfish in the beginning because I kept calling him my best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, he's my best friend. So he was just that kind of dude. So
that's fucking dope, man. Yeah.
All right.
Cheers, guys. We're going to go take a break real quick. I have to pee so bad it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all are going to get some weird music, and we'll be back.
All right. It's the motherfucking dude.
It's the motherfucking Detours, bro. I'm just fucking with you guys. All right, so the question that So something just to kind of get us back on to, because we did just take a long break, actually, and I had a very good conversation with my boy over here.
We did.
Yeah, and I think it was needed just for, character development, as we'll call it. So the question I do want to ask is, so whenever you went to leave high school, because we went through, like, pretty deep into your 20s there for a second. So I want to ask, when you were leaving, like, school here in Arlington and stuff, did you have aspirations to go to college and all that stuff? Like, so what was your plan going on?
Yeah, so college was never, I don't know if it was never an option.
This wasn't what you thought, maybe?
Yeah, not that it wasn't something that I didn't want or anything like that. It's just that I learned very early in life that, based on just my personality and just what I'd perceived from other experiences, from just people around me, that it wasn't necessary.
Yeah,
I learned very quickly that it wasn't necessarily what you knew; it's who you knew. And I learned that my personality, or at least what I think to be my personality, was very...
I will confirm it.
That's a good word.
Yeah.
Wow, I love that. Very eloquent, actually.
I got you.
I'm going to write that one down. But yeah, I love that. Just sociable. Mm-hmm. Just from my experience in high school, I was a social butterfly, and then I didn't really blossom until after high school.
I can see that, because you seem like a very... educated and mature kind of a person, but you are a little older, but it seems like you very well come into your own in this time.
It's definitely,
it wasn't something that you had, maybe.
Right. Yeah, no,
same with me. I didn't have this shit.
You had asked me earlier, like, what kind of friends I had in high school, or what was I, the geek or the nerd? I was really never anything. I was just somebody who just had a lot of, I wouldn't even say a lot, I just knew a lot of people, but just social.
You're trying to figure it out. You're like, I'm part of this group, or I'm not part of this group, but I know people in this group,
But as I've gotten older, it's definitely come into my own a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Made a shit ton of mistakes. I've done more stupid stuff in my life than I can surely count with. Well,
we'll get into that.
Whether that's women or just life choices in general, but.
Now, did you have relationships in high school that held merit, is what I'll say?
Not really. Like, I mean, I dated a little bit in high school, but I was never like shit. I don't even think I had a girlfriend, maybe one or two in high school. But, it's crazy. Like, when I was growing up and up until, like, damn near in my mid-20s, everybody thought I was gay because I was skinny, and I'm like...
Yeah.
I talk with my hands a lot, and I'm outgoing.
Yeah.
And I wore clothes that fit. So people, and I have a high voice. So everybody thought I was gay all the time. I was like, nope, I'm really not.
And I think they take intelligence into account on that too.
Maybe. That never even thought about that one, but no, never had any male thoughts ever. I've always loved the ladies.
Well, you also grew up with sisters and stuff, so you present yourself in a way as like an understanding kind of person. Yeah,
I mean, I grew up with my mom.
It's something I've run into as well.
Yeah, I grew up with my mom and two sisters, so obviously I had my dad on the weekends, again, amazing father, but I was predominantly around women.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. So, yeah, like I was raised...
As a butch fucking male.
Well, yeah. And it's crazy. I use the word couth all the time. I'm a neat freak.
That's a good word. My grandma uses that word, and I love that word.
I'm a neat freak. Like, I was raised to keep things clean, and I'm very OCD. I'm very... Again, I do that a lot. I talk with my hands, and that... If you look like me, and not that that's a good thing, but it can come across.
What does you look as you did coming out of high school at 128 pounds, 135?
Yeah, I was tiny, so I mean now I'm just in normal guy weight. But
right, yeah.
But yeah, so I battled the whole gay thing a lot, and everybody always thought I was gay, and even Lauren, when she first met me, she thought I was gay.
Really?
Yeah, and I was with her for 7 years. She totally thought I was gay, and she'll tell you a story.
They love gay dudes, dude.
Yeah, but
or people they perceive.
Well,
as gay.
I like the punani, so that was never my thing. But
that's what I'm talking about.
But I totally get it though. Like I could totally see how people would think I was gay all the time. So I battled that a lot.
Yeah. Do you think you factored that into like your understanding of being like, I get where you could. So like I see like you see yourself as like if I could go that way, you know what I mean? Because it's not a choice.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, absolutely. My sister, Brittany, is she's gay for sure. Mm-hmm. She's got a beautiful girlfriend in Siobhan, and they have 2 kids together that they've kind of raised. But I've never had that intention at all. But I could totally get how, like I said, how people think that.
Yeah,
that's just never. I'm sorry. I like girls.
Yeah, same. Yeah,
but I used to get really upset about it because until I can't remember what happened, but there was a certain point in my life where I used to get really upset about it. Like, I'm not gay, and then
when you're young, dude, it pisses you off.
Yeah,
dude.
Especially when you're young and immature and you're trying to figure yourself out with adolescence, all that stuff.
Like, dude, I don't fucking know if I'm gay, so like, why are you saying I'm gay, bro?
Well,
I
definitely knew I wasn't. I definitely knew I wasn't. But there was a certain point in my life where I was like, I took it more as a compliment. Even though I had no intention of ever being with, that way, it was more of like, are you telling me that I attract both sexes? Kind of boost my ego a little bit.
Ooh.
Not that I would ever do that, but I'm kind of like, and then I have friends from high school that could tell you that they were like, Chris, you were always the guy hanging out with all the girls. And
same.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I had a lot of girlfriends that weren't necessarily my girlfriends.
Well, it's because you know how to hang out with girls.
Exactly.
I remember whenever I was working over in Conway, and so like before I moved here, like my friends would be like, "How do you have all these girls hanging around you?" I'm like, "Because I'm not trying to fuck them."
Right.
Like I'm literally just friends with them. Like, like so I'd go out to a bar and I'd have like 5 girls come and sit with me, and I'm like, I haven't tried to fuck. I mean, I have fucked one or two of them.
No.
Yeah.
I'm a virgin personally.
Of course,
outside of my son. Yeah. Outside of my son.
He did it one time.
Yeah, one time.
Immaculate conception.
Got him in there, but no. But yeah, so I grew up with that.
Strong swimmers.
Yeah, I grew up with that a lot. But once I took control of it and realized, why do I give a shit what these people are thinking? I'm hanging out with hot chicks all day, and I know what I want, and I just like, fuck it, it's a compliment. So
I wonder if that really is something to do with, like, I had 5 sisters, and so you had the 2 sisters and your mom and stuff. So it's like, dude, I've always hung out with girls. I identify with girls very well, and it's like, especially like even at work. So like being in the service industry as I am, like I deal with women more often than men, you know, and so it's like maybe I just like I can talk to him more. It's like. Yeah. I just don't see you as like maybe a guy that grew up as a fucking like male alpha in the fucking with a dad. I don't know if alpha is
necessarily the word, but like I will tell you that
because I'll beat your ass, you know.
Oh well, yeah. Let's not get into my.
I'll beat an alpha's ass, bro.
Let's not get into my fighting history.
I would love to, by the way.
We can, but I definitely got into a lot of trouble in that department.
I feel like, dude, people that grew up with women, I feel like we can fight more.
Maybe. But I've also had my ass beat by guys who weren't. So
I've had my ass beat more by girls than I've ever had my ass beat by guys, dude. For sure. Because I wasn't allowed to hit them.
I feel like sometimes like when you're raised by women, like you said, like for instance, a lot of guys... I don't know. This just isn't me. Like I don't like a lot of guys. They like burp and fart, and they just like they want to be that grunty caveman type dude.
Yeah.
And I've never been that way.
No.
I was
allowed to lead the seat up, bro. Yeah.
But you get it, right? Mm-hmm. Like you're couth. I always go back to the word couth. Like I was just ready.
Dude, couth is a word that has died off and is just so huge for me.
Like, dude, because a lot of my best friends, like we'd be hanging out and they'd be like, or. And I'm just like,
why?
And I'm just like, it's gross. And
yeah,
I was the weird one for thinking that. That's just the way I was raised. But so I could see it. I get it. I'm not, but
we're not dumb.
Yeah.
We're not dumb. We get it.
Yeah. No, if anything, my friends use me to hang out with chicks.
Fucking story of my life, bro. I swear to God. Yeah. And then they'd come in all bullheaded and be like, "Oh, what's up, baby?" And you're like, "Dude, get the fuck out of here, bro."
Yeah, to each his own, I guess.
Be like, "I'm gonna talk shit about you to my girlfriends after this." You know, like.
But on the other side of that, I mean, like you said, I've gotten into a lot of trouble too, just doing stupid shit.
Yeah, well, women are crazy.
Well, yeah, I think
we love you. We love you. Yeah. I'm not saying y'all are crazy. I'm saying we're crazy in our own ways.
Yeah,
But
it's us.
We all cause problems.
The biggest thing I've learned over the past...
What we're talking about right now. I'm going to take this weird shot of brunettes that I poured for no fucking reason.
You take that.
Just on that. Because I said women are crazy. Yeah. I'm the asshole.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this shot of brunettes as my penance. And I'm going to hate it, probably.
It just tastes like vodka. I know it's rough, right?
Dude, you know what that tasted like?
What's that?
Vodka.
Nailed it. Right on the head.
Fucking nailed it. Just straight out of the gate. Yeah. But, all right. So,
what's up?
As we were saying, so coming out of high school, you didn't really have a plan for college or anything like that. So, what was your plan? Because I know everybody has like a quote unquote plan. You know what
I mean? I didn't have a plan. Like I said,
I mean, mine was fucked. You know, like you said, you got kicked out like a week or a month before you left. So I got in a fight with my grandma whenever I was 17. Right. So I lived with my sister for about a month. I sold everything I had, and I made my way to UCA over in Conway, and I had my sister help me set up my few scholarships that I had and stuff. And like I had my school, because I scored like a fucking scored a 29 on my what's it called?
I don't know.
ACT?
You tell me.
29 on my ACT, and I fucking had a 3.7 GPA in high school.
Yeah, but high school...
Despite leaving.
High school don't mean shit.
No, but they look at it in college. You know?
They do.
So I had a 3.7 despite missing like 60 days my fucking senior year. So like, talk about fucking knowing a motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I skipped like 60 days my senior year.
Well,
so my first like 3 classes were sports.
Yeah.
And my dad had just died, so they were like, you don't really have to be.
Well, senior,
you know what I mean?
If you don't fuck around your first 3 years in high school, your senior year is kind of a joke.
Oh, they're like, fuck it.
Yeah. My senior year, we had a block schedule, so it was basically 4 classes a day. Mm-hmm. I had PE in the morning, PE in the afternoon, and it was like, I had one class where I watched movies all day.
Yeah,
because you only need like 7 credits that last year.
My last half was a college class, which is radio and TV, and so we would skip that bitch all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
And then we'd just go in and do our projects that they asked for.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I was out of class by 1.
Okay, so I had radio and TV my last half of school, which was like afternoon. So you had to go in at school like 8, right?
8:30ish, yeah.
Yeah. So my first class was athletics, which they told me I didn't have to go. And then I had orientation to teaching, which I thought I was going to be a teacher for the longest fucking time.
Me too. Let's dive into that.
That's dope. So orientation to teaching, which I just skipped that.
Yeah.
Because my teacher was a complete pushover.
Yeah.
And then
She's I'm not making enough money. Just I don't give a shit.
Fuck it, I don't give a shit. And she was just a soft kind of person, anyways. And so I went to like 1 or 2 classes. 3 days out of the 5-day week.
Right.
So I would show up like 2 hours late to fucking school, and I'd skip the last half of school.
My senior year was a complete joke. It was just I don't remember the exact number of credits. I just remember knowing that like I only needed like 10 or something. Cause you need like X amount of credits to graduate.
Yeah.
It was
so you need like 40 or 50 to graduate.
Something. And they asked me like
and so your first year is like you get like 10, and then it goes up to like 15, something like that. Yeah. Because as you go into like the bigger classes,
because my senior year in high school, it was like just electives.
Same thing with college. That's how they count it.
Right. College is a joke. College is the biggest corporate scam of all. Like,
bro, tell me, dude. Like, I only have like 12,000 in student debt.
I know people.
And Kristen's fucked up about her having like 18,000.
Yeah.
And so Kristen co-signed for her friend to get back into school.
Ooh.
And so that's on her credit.
Yeah.
So if this fucking bill that we're waiting on goes through, we're clear on like fucking 50 grand of debt. Dude.
It's insane. Yeah.
It just needs to be fucking done because it's bullshit. The whole thing is bullshit.
Yeah, it's insane how
you're gonna tell a fucking 18-year-old that like you need to sign up for 200 grand worth of debt.
It's insane
just to make a life for yourself when you could go into, let's just name off 10 different fucking industries where you don't need it.
I have a buddy who's a plumber, makes like 150, 200K a year.
Yes, dude.
A trade as well.
Yeah, You could be a fucking mailman, bro.
Whatever.
Yeah, you can be anything.
You can go work for Amazon right now making 60s.
Bro, I could be a fucking mailman. I could be a plumber. I could be anything. And I would still be doing this podcast, having the time of my fucking life.
And just think about
I'm a fucking bartender,
That's
bro.
what I was going to say. You're a bartender making more than these college kids. It's ridiculous.
Right, dude.
And I can only say that because I've been in the student housing industry for a long time. And I want to say to these kids, like,
go get a fucking bartending job.
No, I was going to say, find what you want to do.
No, go fucking get a bartending job.
I will tell you this, that the best employees I've ever hired...
It's not for everybody, though.
The best employees I've ever hired are people that have been in the service industry.
Yeah, because you
for sure
deal with a lot of fucking people,
yeah.
bro.
If on your resume when I'm hiring somebody, you've been through this shit, I'm like, oh, this is cake.
Yes,
you're good.
I'm going to be able to talk to you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because
you've dealt
with dumb assholes, dude. Yeah.
I
deal with them all the time, and I think that might be my strength. As far as like bartending and shit goes, it's like I can deal with dumb motherfuckers.
I feel like I'm pretty chill enough there, but I can only imagine what you deal with.
So I think you would have fucking murdered in the bartending industry if you hadn't have got what you talked about earlier. Of
I still might go back on the weekends just for extra money.
Dude, I think you would fucking kill it.
I think
but also, like, is it worth it? You know
is it worth it? No, you're right.
Because it's hard. My feet hurt sometimes and shit. You know what I mean? Dude, I've had a fucking weird bout with my feet here lately. They're finally getting better, but like, dude, I had like 2 months where I couldn't even.
You're getting old already? Oh man,
the fucking the service industry will do it to you, bro. Yeah,
no,
yeah, it's bad,
dude. My first introduction to the service industry was actually when Jackson was born. I needed to make more money. So
how old were you when Jackson was born, by the way?
I was 32.
That was your first introduction?
Yeah, so me and the missus...
I can't believe you never fell into it before that. Considering your...
My what?
Mannerisms and
everything. My mannerisms.
Right?
No, so I was actually I started off as a door guy / bar back in Long Shots, a bar in Dallas.
And I assume you had a regular job too.
Yeah, so this was a side job. So I was working 9 to 5,
bro,
and then going there from 7 to 2. It was a beating. I actually worked at LeBear's at one point in my life.
And then you realize, dude, I make way more at this than I do at my regular job.
No, not as a bar bag. I was just making an extra couple $100 a week.
God forbid you had been a bartender, dude.
But it was...
You could quit your job.
I have a scar on my... I don't know if you see that line right down the middle?
Oh, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, that was...
Did you go crack it over the head with a bottle?
I did. Actually, I did. There was a night where these SMU shitheads, they were feeling some type of way, and... Keep in mind, I was probably, I don't know. I was not 130 like in high school, but I was probably like 175.
What are you now?
I had 190. I had no business being a BART, like a door guy.
Security guy.
Yeah, I was like,
No.
I'm like, especially when they started drinking.
I don't respect a security guy that's under 250.
Exactly. I had no business.
Because, like, I feel like I can fight a guy that's under 250.
I can, yeah. So here, the thing with fighting with me is, and I'm not proud of it by any means.
I'm definitely down to get into this conversation.
All right, so, but yeah. So basically, I took one over the head just trying to break up this huge fight. I have pictures. I'll send it to you later when off the line. But
taking a bottle to the head is a motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, and
they make it seem real chill in the movies.
It's because they use that sugar glass. It hurt like a bitch, and I was like bleeding down my face.
Have you ever tried to break a bottle over your head?
No, but I've seen people like on TikToks try to break it, and they just like tink. It's
that shit fucking hurts, bro.
The adrenaline was pumping so much, I wasn't thinking.
Yeah, you never felt it.
Wasn't thinking.
Yeah,
I had to recap and ask what happened because I was just so in the mode.
Did you get cracked? What happened?
Like we were pushing off all these dudes and all the tink, and it was kind of like a tink, and I was still doing things, and finally the cops showed up and they all split out the door, and my boss comes, or the bartender comes, like, you're bleeding really bad. And I started to, when you feel like blood dripping, I was like, oh shit. I'm like, this is bad.
Oh, I am bleeding.
Yeah, like this is bad. Like it was a gash, and I still have a scar to this day about it.
Did you pull a piece of glass out of your head? I saw you do this a second ago.
No, I was just showing you.
Okay.
It was crazy. It was crazy. I had no business being. So that was my introduction to the industry. And then I started working in like West 7th as a bar back, and then, and then I did that for a little while. It was good money, but it sucks, man. Coming home at 3 a.m. sucks dick.
Sucks dick, bro.
Yeah, it sucks. But
I used to, so whenever I worked in Deep Ellum, dude, I would go in at 4. I'd work till, so we close at 2 a.m. Then you put in tips till 3, and then you'd like sit around and chill and probably do coke or something till like 6 in the morning, you know. And I would drive home, you know, fucked up.
Sure.
Fucked up, but you did some coke on the way out.
Sure.
And so, like, you're good to drive, you know.
Yeah.
And so I'd drive home to Arlington from Deep Ellum, and I'd get home at like 10, 11 in the morning, then I'd sleep till 4.
Yeah.
I'd go back to work.
I don't miss those days at all.
Yeah. Get like 5 hours of sleep.
No.
Yeah. Fucking sucks, man.
Dude, when I worked in Dallas,
I will never do that again, dude.
When I worked in Dallas at that.
I'm a grown man, dude. I'm never doing that again.
Well, it only gets better. But when I worked in Dallas,
but the money gets worse.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, dude. That money was wild, dude.
I used to find. I'd never seen. We only had a 1-stall bathroom, and I'd never seen so many people walking into a bathroom and coming out so sick.
So sick.
So sick. And I'm like, can y'all at least be like a little bit more discreet?
Can you act like you didn't do coke in the fucking bathroom, you fucking piece of shit?
I once found like a vial full, and I took it up to my boss.
Oh, we used to get ground scores out of the bathroom all the time.
I took it up to my boss, and I was like, what do you mean to do with these? He's like, I don't know, just flush it, I guess. I was like, okay.
Pocket.
Whatever. Sell it. Shit. In Dallas, that was a $150 vial.
Yeah, dude.
That was an easy flip real quick to the next.
Dude. The next person you saw.
Yeah.
They would buy it.
Yeah.
100%.
Dallas was a crazy experience.
Bro, Dallas is ridiculous.
It ain't me. Like, I'm definitely an Arlington, Fort Worth guy.
Oh, for sure. I feel like the same. Well, because I'm from Arkansas, dude.
Yeah. So you like, yeah.
I feel like definitely I'm more Fort Worth, Arlington.
So when people come into town, you probably get it all the time, like where they
like, what's the thing on? To do?
What do you like to do?
And I'm like,
if you want clubs, go to Dallas. If you want to see, if you want the Texas experience, I always send them to like Stockyards or some shit like that.
Yeah. If you want Texas, yeah. If you want LA vibes, go to fucking Dallas.
Yeah.
Some bullshit, dude.
If you want douchebag vibe, go to West 7th.
If you want to go be a dick to somebody, go to fucking Dallas.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Because they're used to it, basically, is what I'm saying. Yeah. So, coming out of your college years, right?
Sure.
So, you didn't go to college. What did you do?
So I just worked a lot. I really did. I worked. What
was your first job?
My very first job was I was 16. When I turned 16, I was under the assumption that I was just going to be given a vehicle. That was not the case. Well, I don't know. I don't know why I had that thought or why that.
Well, we all had that thought.
Well, I guess the biggest thing I should have had that conversation with my parents before I turned 16 and figured that shit out. But I got a job at Subway. Subway was my very first job. I worked at Subway about 5 days a week.
You had to buy your own whip?
Yeah, and I saved up about, I want to say $5,500, which at the time...
Damn, working at fucking Subway?
It took about a year. I put everything away. Well, I was 16. I wasn't...
You didn't have
drinking or had any bills or anything like that. I bought my first truck, and then once I bought my
truck, what'd you buy?
What'd
you buy?
A 1988 Chevy Silverado. So basically a newer version of what I have now. Bro. This is my fourth Chevy.
So you bought the fucking, like, hard shell bad motherfucker.
Well,
bro.
My dad told me, he said, if you're going to buy a truck, make sure it's a V8.
Yeah.
So I bought a V8, and that thing, I ran into the ground.
You don't need a fucking V8, bro.
I feel like I did at the time.
Well, I mean, no, because you can run a V6 a lot longer than you can run a V8.
Yeah, but I know, but I don't know. I just want.
So your dad was on some bullshit.
Probably.
A V6 will take a lot more beating.
You know, the best part is the color. Guess it. What do you think? Take a wild guess.
I would guess red.
brown.
Brown.
But like a chocolate brown.
Yeah, dude.
It was like a chocolate brown.
That's what they were into. Yeah. Okay.
That was the time.
Yeah.
So I had a 1988 Chevy Silverado V8, and then that thing was a beast. In fact, I named it the Beast.
I ran into one, and it fucked up my 1990 something.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Because they were made out of fucking steel.
That was a different time. I was actually racing it down 360 once, doing 120 to some.
Oh, they would do every bit of that.
Oh, well, I'd run it to the ground. I blew up my transmission or my engine. I cracked the block. And I'll never forget, I called my dad, and I was like, it literally, the engine died, and I pulled over to the side, and this whole thing was smoke, and I knew I was fucked.
Yeah.
And my dad shows up, and he goes, "What the fuck were you doing?"
What did you do to this truck?
I cut the exhaust off, so the timing was all fucked. And he took one look under that damn engine. He goes, he's like, "You fucking idiot."
You're gonna run this bitch like a sports car.
Yeah, I was. And then, but he ended up helping me pay for like the engine. It was like $2,000 or something like that at the time.
So you rebuilt it?
No, I just got a whole new engine, I think. I mean,
you put a new engine.
Yeah. And then I blew a transmission in high school racing again. And he was mad about that too. So
that's the thing about a good Chevy, man, is like they'll go down.
Yeah, I put it through a beating for sure. But yeah, after college, since college wasn't in the thing, I just worked a lot. I really did. I kind of just, which I'm very thankful.
So you got into the bro, these coasters are they're
sticking.
Kill me, dude. So you got into the real estate, if we'll call it, or the not real estate game,
apartment industry.
The apartment industry. So what year was that?
That was,
as far as your years go, So how old were you?
I was 26, 27, because that was my first trip to Cali is when that happened.
So what were you doing before that?
I think I was a manager at Palm Beach Tan. I've had a lot of jobs.
You look like you got a little color in you.
I was a manager at Palm Beach Tan for 2 years. I spent 9 months in the...
What is with you in like being in management, though?
What do you mean by that?
I think you have management qualities.
I think that I'm very good at relating to people.
I think, yeah. So
maybe? I don't know where we're going.
So just not like treating people as underlings, like being like, so I have this job, so like, let's just all do our jobs kind of deal.
Yeah, so...
Which is a huge quality to have.
So every job interview I've ever had, I've always said one of two things. I've always said that I'm a blue collar worker I'm a white collar worker with a blue collar mentality, and that means I know I'm wearing the suit and tie or whatever, but I will.
But I'm not going to be a fucking dick.
I would never ask anybody to do a job that I wouldn't do myself.
I will literally do the job in front of you before I will make you.
And I was just raised. I didn't come from a shit ton of money. I had a good support system and an amazing family, but by no means was I ever rich. And I've worked in oil fields digging ditches. I've done a lot of really dirty jobs. Yeah. I worked at Discount Tire for 4 years. Yeah.
Dope. I never did anything professionally, but like, dude, we used to for grandma, bro. We used to dig up trees and transplant them into our yard and shit like that. Yeah. Like, I fucking, like, dug ditches for her. I fucking, like, weeded ditches for her. I fucking, dude, just so much shit.
I think that...
so much shit.
I think that every manager needs to have some sort of...
well, and so that's...
humbleness or something. I don't know.
Like, whenever we were doing this new store open for Louisville recently, they told us, they were like, so you need to get everybody to... So this is a brand new store, right? Okay. Like, it's been around for a month.
In Louisville.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And they're like, you need to get everybody to go around and polish the chair legs.
Okay.
And we're like, the chair legs aren't dirt. Like,
so do you feel like
new.
Do you feel like that job was given just for them to establish...
Oh, absolutely.
A sense of like brewing. Yeah. And that's fucked up.
No, so it is fucked up, but at the same time, it's like it's a power play and stuff. So
definitely
it's like,
power play.
You have to, like, as the, like, So we're still employees, but we are the liaisons between the management and the people. So we're like, hey, like we're going to go out here. We're going to do this entire patio.
Right.
We're going to do the entire patio, which is half of your restaurant.
Right.
We're going to do it ourselves.
Okay.
So if we ask you to do a 5-table section, you better fucking do it, dude.
Well, that's...
Because I just did fucking 30 chairs myself.
Well, that's good on
God
them.
damn it.
That's a great... That's
yeah,
great.
and that's what I like about... And that's... Dude, we had a fucking manager meeting, or we had a trainer meeting today. Mm-hmm. All of our trainers failed.
What aspect did they fail on?
They didn't give a fuck. Dude.
They didn't give a fuck.
They didn't want to be there.
Right.
Like, so it's like a fucking, like a goofy little team building thing. It's like you build a fucking thing out of... They literally did the, like, textbook, like, build something out of spaghetti and make it hold something, right? And they didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, and that's I mean,
that shit's goofy. It's goofy, but it's like what? Like you're there for 20 minutes to do this, to do something stupid. Just have fun,
right?
And show these dumb motherfuckers, you know, that you're down to do something.
Man, I can't relate too much to the service industry because I've never actually been a server. Yeah. In the industry of like food. Just bartending, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, now, so imagine you are on your job and they're like, hey, we're going to go do a team building exercise where you guys go and you build a thing out of blocks.
Sure.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
And then you come in and you're like, fuck this.
Right.
You know, or like, I don't know how to fucking use blocks. Like, what does this have to do with what we're doing right now?
I'd also be willing to bet that, like, everybody in that meeting was probably under the age of 25.
Well under.
And that's just a different thing. It's a generational thing.
Yeah. And so whenever we did the little team building. Right. So we built the thing and we did the stupid part of it, you know, the fun part. Right. The fun part, which I think is fun, you know, it's dumb. No, it's dumb. So I took a cheat, right?
Right.
So we were supposed to build this thing out of spaghetti, right? Okay. The spaghetti, like the hard pasta noodles. Mm-hmm. So what we did was, and I actually got a tip from this morning's meeting, so we built it up, and then we taped it to the ceiling.
Okay.
And so it's like it has to hold a marshmallow, but it's taped to the ceiling, so it's obviously going to hold a marshmallow.
Yeah.
So it's like work smarter, not harder kind of deal, right?
Yeah.
For me, right?
Did you win?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I beat the fuck out of these girls. And then I was on shift at the time.
Was this today?
Today.
Okay. And
so I'm literally going in between taking care of like 10 or 12 bar guests to go over there and be like, hey, what's going on over here?
Right.
And they'd be like, hey, so they asked us, like, what is it about being a leader? Or like, what is it about this? And I'd give them like 3 or 4 examples. And I'm like, what? Like, are you not a leader? Like, can you not tell something that you're doing differently about your job?
Well, do you think that...
They'd be like, well, we don't understand the question. And I'm like, just fucking tell them something.
Well, man, there's a lot. That's a loaded comment and question. But I guess my response would be I don't think that anybody. I think age has a lot to do with it.
Like, definitely,
they're just there for a job. They are not looking at this as.
So if you're looking at this as a trivial job, why can't you do trivial tasks?
Right. And I get that, but they're looking at this as...
I don't need to be here at all.
Exactly. In fact, most of your employees or the employees are just like, I just need something to get me on to the next thing. So they don't give a shit.
Well, that's not what I've noticed about Boomer Jacks, man. And that's what I've noticed about the Arlington Boomer Jacks.
Right.
It's like a lot of people think because it's right by the stadium and stuff like that, they think it's the place to be, but it's not the best Boomer Jacks.
Right. What's the best Boomer Jacks?
There's a couple of them, actually. So probably like the City View or not Northwest Highway. There's one over in, there's so many at this point. There's one over in Fort Worth. Like the big one where...
Off Western 7th?
Yeah. The 7th Street one. That's the one I'm talking about.
I thought they're shutting that one down.
No. Maybe I'm fucking... I don't know.
The one on 7th, from my knowledge...
I'm drunk at the same time, by the way, guys. Yeah.
Come on, get your shit together.
I know, I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm really trying to. So the Northwest Highway is a big one. Mm-hmm. Plano's apparently a big one. It's a fairly new one. And then... Western Center?
That's the one I'm talking
The
about.
big one.
Western Center's the big one.
The big one.
The one on West 7th, from what I've been told, is being shut down. And so is the one.
I haven't heard about any.
Oh, well, maybe I should shut my mouth.
Yeah,
this is inside information.
Well, maybe I don't know.
There's two that I know aren't going to be around.
I don't know. I'm pretty well inside, so we'll see. Yeah.
You can edit that.
All right. Well,
I don't want to get anybody in trouble.
I poured you a shot of Burnett's. So,
oh, did you?
Yeah. You're gonna have to do it at this point.
Well, I mean,
you're staying tonight, right?
Yeah. Oh. Yep. Yeah, it tastes like vodka.
Tastes exactly what you would expect vodka to taste like. I feel like I was choking on that throughout the entire statement right there.
It's all good. You said yourself that sometimes these things they ramble off. So,
oh, dude,
but that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, we have fully rambled off.
Like, I feel like you asked me a question and like we went in a totally different direction.
Yeah, so I'm actually interested after this. Okay. So from college, so let's just go ahead and skip past college because that
never happened.
Didn't happen, right? So you went into. So you didn't start out in the. Are we calling that the hospitality business? Like where you.
No, I did a lot of things before that. Like, if I actually wrote down every job I've ever had, and I've been fired for some jobs, which has only humbled me and made me better. Yeah. I mean, hell, I started.
Did you ever do something crazy to get fired? What's the craziest thing? I never did anything.
I never did
like
anything.
Doing coke off the fucking subway line or something. No.
I never did anything crazy to get fired. It just I got fired from Palm Beach Tan.
Okay, I'm down with this.
Okay, but it was nothing bad. It was so
so all of them are doing coke. By the way.
Maybe, I don't know. But the reason
Palm Beach Tan seems like a place where
I was young.
Drugs,
I got fired from Palm Beach Tan because me and my buddy Paul Paul, my best friend, I hired him and actually fired him. Yes, I appreciate that. I hired and fired him.
You had to fire Paul?
I did. He was a shitty worker. He was a terrible worker, at least at the time. He needed a job, and I hired him, but he couldn't show up to work on time, so I had to fire him.
What kind of not show up on time? Like, he would show up like 10 minutes late, like he knew he was supposed to be there, or like he just couldn't wake up?
He was just hungover from the night before. So I had to call him like, dude, you're supposed to be here. And the thing is, I put my name on the line to get him because I was the manager. But that's not what got me fired from Palm Beach. And it's so stupid. It's so stupid. Store was running great and everything, but
did they use a black light
no,
on it?
You're going to love it. No, shut up with the black light.
Okay.
There was we had a book where we had our daily tasks, and we created like this hot girl list. So anytime like a girl that we thought was like super hot, we'd write it in there. And it was just something that meant to be between me and him. Okay. But apparently one of the girls that came in one day saw that name, or saw this list that we had going.
Okay.
And reported me to like the corporate team. So the boss came in and he saw it and he's like, "What is this?" And he said, "We got some corporate complaint about you're creating some hot girl lists." And I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "Well," and that was the thing. And I could let go.
Did they explain what the problem with that was?
It offended her that she wasn't on it, or I don't know, something.
How would she see it if she wasn't on it?
It was just out in the open. That was my stupidity at the time. Like, that was just stupid. I just left it out. But I was like 24, 23.
So may I ask, what was the purpose of this list? Was just for you guys to just like
two guys being stupid.
Yeah.
She's hot, check yet, something stupid. Yeah. Nothing like insanely.
Bro, guys are dumb, dude.
Yeah, we're totally dumb,
dude.
Yeah, there's nothing smart about us.
Like, imagine, like, when you were in high school and, like, you would, like, I remember being on like, fucking football trips and, girls would walk by and be like, smash. Pass.
Yeah.
Like,
that's all it was.
Shit, dude.
We just wrote it down and I got in trouble. But, looking back, it is what it is.
As a manager, I suppose.
I guess, but I don't care.
It's very trivial.
It is very trivial.
Yeah.
But, so, yeah.
But with the way of the world, no.
Yeah. I've never done anything, like, outlandish that, got me let go. It just...
Except for putting the cameras up in their buttholes, apparently.
The cameras that was something that was insane. That was...
You put cameras in their buttholes, right?
No. We've talked about this at work.
Yeah, I know. I'm fucking.
That was the ultimate game of telephone, where somebody heard something and 20 people later.
So this is the weirdest part for me is like you literally were doing it to help people.
Yeah, so I'd been with Midtown.
But I've also been a tenant and been like, fuck these guys, but I never lied, you know?
Right. So this is on the property management side. I love that property. That was my baby. Yeah. We had a high incident of like bikes getting stolen, Cadillac converters getting stolen.
The Cadillac converters
that
is
was
apparently
the thing.
a huge industry.
And our property was built like this. So essentially we had one middle parking lot in there. I had a truck that I cared about very much, so I put a Ring camera that faced directly.
Have you always drove a truck, by the way?
For the most part. I had a Mustang for a split second.
Dope.
Yeah.
I had a Chally for a minute.
Yeah.
Bro.
I actually had two. We'll get into that later. See, you're trying to sidetrack me.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I had a camera parked or pointed right towards my truck and Lauren's car, who lived with me for a while there at Midtown. And then
so you lived in the complex?
Yes.
And you worked there?
And I worked there.
Okay.
So I installed a camera that looked directly onto my truck, and then also 2 or 3 other cameras that pointed directly down on the parking lot. Clear as day, like Ring cameras. They're like this big.
Yeah.
Yeah, like no biggie. Like I was surveying because our system was really old and...
Did you put out like a PSA to the people or anything?
No, I didn't think much of it. I really didn't. Looking back, maybe I should have.
I mean, fucking, I
guess. But it's looking at the parking lot.
Yeah.
So when
you're stripping in the parking lot,
you
got different problems.
Yeah, exactly. So when ownership and management took over, they do what a lot of companies do. They got rid of a lot of people, and to this day, they fired everybody from both properties. So, again, the game of telephone. He had cameras, and that went into. I had cameras in like weird areas. I was like, no, never. I'm not that kind of dude. I'm not built that way. I was raised by my mom and sisters, and no. Yeah. I'm just not that dude. And
cameras in the parking lot.
Parking lot, exactly. Yeah. It went from cameras in the parking lot that I took back when I got let go because they were mine. They were like $200 a camera. Yeah. So I took them back, and that turned into I had cameras.
You got your shit.
My shit. That's all it was. Yeah. I took back my shit, and it turned into like I had cameras in like weird places. Like no, and to this day, I'm just like, if I had cameras in weird places, I'd be in jail.
Yeah.
Or a sex offender or something, and I wouldn't...
So bring up charges or shut the fuck up.
I didn't do anything. I took back my property that looked over a parking lot to protect my residents. So, that was a weird situation, but...
This is like 2 jobs ago.
This was a while back. This was a while back, so...
Yeah.
The new job I took that I start on Monday is an amazing job. It's with a great company. It's going back to conventional, working in Fort Worth. So it's a whole new crowd. It's a whole new beginning. It's something I think that is desperately needed in my life currently, just to kind of just get going again.
So I feel like we've talked a lot about like your 20s era. So what happened in your 30s that made you like the grown man that you are? Because like you are like, I feel like you feel like they said, like a 32-year-old,
I think that I have a very young spirit. I still by no means think that I am some elderly. Yeah. I do believe I have a young spirit, and I still mess up.
You don't feel like a corporate asshole, for sure.
No, and I love that about me, and I think that's why, I think that's why some people, like me or hate me. But, I don't feel old, ever. Yeah. But as far as my 30s go, I mean, I would say that becoming a father changed a lot.
Well, you don't deal with a lot of bullshit that kids throw at you anymore.
Right.
I feel like I've noticed that actually is like
with you.
Yeah, dude. Like I'm crazy, so right? New to the game, dude.
Oh, dude, it only gets better, but it's
but like I see, like, dude, every once in a while there'll be like a 15 or 16-year-old kid that'll come to the bar. I'm like, are you fucking serious right now?
Like they actually try to buy?
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. I'm like, dude. I'm old. I'm like way older than you, dude.
Yeah, but you're 26.
Like I'm not like but I'm 26, but I feel 30.
Well, you know what matures you a lot is your girl Bones walking around.
Yeah. Well, I was an old soul to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I was 21 checking people's IDs that were my age, you know what I mean? So like I'm definitely going to check your ID if you're a fucking 15-year-old.
Sure.
Yeah, so like somebody will come up to my bar and be like, "Oh, I forgot it." I'm like, "Dude."
And you can tell a 15-year-old
I'm
like a child.
I'm like, "Dude, I was 20."
Yeah.
Doing the same shit you're doing as a jackass 15-year-old. Doing
like,
it horribly.
I feel like you almost want to give them advice and be like, "Listen, you need to step up your game."
Yes, dude. Like, I do.
Yeah.
No, I actually do. This was fucked up. Like, dude, go next door. You'll probably get served.
Oh my gosh. Dude.
I don't do that, by the way.
No. Yeah. Lauren used to tell me stories, and it's crazy because Lauren would say that when I was 21, actually of age, to go to bars, me and my buddies used to go to a place called Neon Moon in Fort Worth, and she used to tell me about how
old place is probably not around anymore.
No, it's still actually there, surprisingly. It's this little honky tonk in Fort Worth, and
dope.
She would tell me that she would sneak in when she was like 14, 15 years old. So we started doing the math, and I was like, wait a second. You were definitely 15 when I was there at 21.
Yes,
we definitely ran into each other. In fact, Lauren and I had
did y'all bang?
No.
No, because she was 14 or 15.
No.
Yeah, okay.
But Lauren has this crazy story, and I guess not a story, but like, so there was an Edge Fest, and I want to. It was the one with
Edge Fest.
Yes.
Whoa.
It was one with Limp Bizkit was the headliner.
Fuck,
and she was
old, bro.
Yeah, so it was years ago,
20 years ago.
Yeah,
we'll call it.
So she was going through her photos once, and she was showing me like, oh yeah, we were sitting there talking, and she was like, I was at Edge Fest this one, and I was like, so was I, and I was like, where were you at? And like in the crowd, she's like, I was to the right. I was like, I was in the right too. So she pulled up this picture, and I shit
you. You're in the fucking background?
I shit you not, Austin. Like, she's taking a picture of Limp Bizkit, and while she's taking that picture, you can see me looking back. We were literally like 5 feet away from each other, like years before we ever met. Insane. Think about it.
Fuck, dude.
Isn't that crazy?
Before you'd ever met? How many years?
Oh, well, I was dating a girl named Whitney Boyd at the time, so I was 27.
Shit, you were dating your fucking baby mama.
No, way before that one. I was 27, 28, 29, therefore. Isn't that insane?
Wow.
Because I didn't meet Lauren until I was like 32. So I was in my early or late 20s. But yeah, she showed me that picture because we figured it out. And I remember it's definitely me in that picture, like looking back. And she took a picture of the concert with me in it. Isn't that crazy?
What the fuck?
I know. Isn't that insane? Like,
what?
But that's me and Lauren are a whole new story. Other story, yeah.
So
that's a
whole another deal.
Yeah, but it's all good.
Now that we're talking about it, so we've talked about your 20s. What's going on with your 30s, bro?
Well, the 3 months I have left in my 30s is all about just. I'm
talking about like what happened in your 30s.
Well, 32, Jackson.
So wait, when you were 32 when Jax was born?
Yeah, Jax was born in 32.
Wow, you were old when he was born.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just talking shit. I'm just talking shit. By the way,
yeah, you started early.
He said, "Hey, take a step back."
No, but Jax was born when I was 32. It was a total blessing.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna take a pee, and we're gonna fucking take a break. And
all right, do we need to hit the button?
This thing. Yeah.
All right. Word.
Yeah, because I actually do have to pee really bad, dude.
It's that vodka.
But also, I love you guys, dude. Y'all are doing a great job. And yeah.
The crazy intro.
Okay, so we are back.
Just jumped in. Okay.
So we just had probably what'd you call that? Like a 30-minute probably talk about
a lot of different things.
definitely a lot of things.
Ooh,
so,
you want to focus in on something in particular.
Definitely.
Ooh, for sure.
So what I'm worried about is your
wow, you're trying to find the words to...
Yeah, so your mental state currently, right? Because I'm not trying to bring anything up. Currently, we are on the podcast.
Sure.
Anything that you don't want to talk about is completely off the table.
Nope, my life is an
so
open
there's
book.
been a lot of things here lately.
Sure.
And so a lot of things that you have done personally to yourself and in life that have troubled me as not only your bartender, but as your friend.
Oh, okay.
That just drive me fucking wild.
Oh, man.
Okay? Like, kind of pissed me off a little bit.
I know, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I just want to know, like, what is your mental state? Like, going into this new job, right?
All right, so let's start
this new job, you have a whole new, like, situation. So,
yeah.
Okay, so
absolutely. So, we had a very private conversation. We won't get into the details of that. So, let's just stick to my mental state. Oh, to Paul. Yeah. Paul hates me right now.
No, Paul loves you, and he will continue to, and he always will.
I know.
And he will meet you in whatever afterlife we have.
So, you asked about the mental state. The mental state's been interesting.
Woo.
You know, in the past 6 months of my life, obviously, you know, losing Paul was huge. That was insane. And we've already talked about this earlier.
I feel like that's bigger than almost anything in your life.
Well, yeah. Yeah. That was...
probably one of the biggest things for me.
Yeah, it was... and I know this podcast isn't all about me dealing with Paul, but like that was a big thing for me.
No, but this podcast is all about you, by the way.
That was...
I want you to say whatever you feel like you need to say, bro.
I will tell you that the past year of my life, losing Paul was devastating, beyond belief. I've already cried my tears earlier, so I'm not going to do that.
And you will continue to do so.
I will. And every time I think about him, I still get upset about it. And my friends know that, and we all miss Paul. So, but I have to be strong and move on. But I won't let his memory be forgotten.
Right.
So that is a certain. I will never let that happen.
Paul's the baddest motherfucker that ever did it, bro.
He really is.
Yeah, bro.
And then,
just from what you told me, he's the baddest motherfucker that ever did it.
He was a cool dude. But outside of that, obviously me and Lauren went through, or going through, or whatever we're going through has been crazy.
Whatever the fuck is going on.
Yeah, who knows? I'll always love Lauren Malesko. She's been my best friend and been through a lot of stuff. So I'm okay with going on record saying that I have not always been the best boyfriend. Not that she's been the best girlfriend, but it's it's something that you go through. And
I wish, people, man.
I wish her the best. Like, trust me, she knows how I feel about her. Yeah. And I've kind of come to the grips with the fact that like it's gonna work out or it's not, and we'll figure it out. If not,
have you?
Well, that's the process. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But I mean, I want to, but at the same time, it's. Trust me, this ain't my first rodeo. We'll figure it out. Yeah. So,
being the romantic or the hopeless romantic that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, I know.
I knew we were going to get to.
I know.
I knew. Where I thought this was going to lead. I assumed there was going to be something in between, but I think this is where we were leading to.
Well, I mean, Lauren is...
It's like, dude. No, I'm not trying to fucking like lead you in any direction or another.
Right.
Dude.
I love you saying dude.
Well, because of the fact that, like, whenever I was younger, like, whenever I was in high school.
I know, I totally get it.
I made some dumbass decisions for girls, and, like, I did a lot of dumb shit.
I know.
And I've been fortunate in my like, life just because of, like, I've dated older girls.
Ooh, look at you.
I've almost always dated older girls. It might be a mom complex or something. Whatever the fuck it is. Whatever the fuck it is, man. They've almost always been older girls. And so I feel like my situation is so different from yours, but I feel like I have a perspective to shed on yours to bring you back to the middle.
Sure.
You know, like, not that yours is like so skewed in
sure, no, absolutely,
or anything, you know, but I can obviously put my 2 cents in, you know.
Yeah.
But it's fun to talk to.
No,
talk
so
about,
I was thinking about that the other day, and it's not easy to think about, but you know, when I was in high school, I was in love with this girl named Annie Bradford, and then when I was just out of high school, I dated this girl named Cassie, who I was in love with, and then there was this other girl, my son's mother, I was in love with, and
older or younger?
Always younger. Sorry. Not like weird young, but younger. And
like they were like 11 and you were like 30 or so? Or like,
and then Whitney Boyd, I was in love with her. I forgot about her. That was a crazy point in my life.
How old were you?
Dude, Whitney Boyd is a crazy story. So you're gonna dig this.
Okay.
All right. No, seriously, this is really weird. I love telling this story because it's kind of like.
Okay, let me pull my mic in and shit. What's up?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So when my dad was going through divorce, he moved into one of his best friends named Mike, his house. And I was 15, 16. I had to have been 16 because I had a truck. So 16, 17. So I would go visit him on the weekends, you know, just kind of hang out. And his house, Mike, the guy, my dad's roommate who he was living with.
So your dad, who you had like a close-ish relationship?
Yeah. Me and my dad are great. We're going through a rough patch right now, but that should have worked itself out.
Well, that's the thing about dads, man. It's like you only have to see him twice a week, you know.
No, but you're gonna love this story.
Like dads are dope, man.
No, I love my dad. I love my dad. He's. Just,
I think about me as a dad, dude. It's
but you're killing it.
I like to think so.
No,
man.
I know you're killing it. You know how I know that? Because I showed up here at 8:00 and we didn't get on until 9:15, and it's because you were
just chilling with her, bro.
You were doing dad duties, and that was cool. And it didn't bother me like one sec because I was like, gotta be a dad.
Yeah.
Like Anyways, let me get to the story because you're gonna love it.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so I was 17 or 16, and my dad was recently divorced. He was living at his buddy's house, and I went to go visit him, and I remember pulling up to this house that he lived at, and there was this like little girl, and I mean like, so she had to have been like 8, 9 years old. Didn't think anything of it. There was just a little blonde girl just hanging out. Didn't think anything of it because I was.
So this is like a high school party or what?
No. I just showed up to my dad's house, and there was just like a kid and like somebody Jackson's age just hanging out. Didn't think anything of it. So like years later, when I was 26, I was a manager at Hollister, and that little girl turned out to be now she's 18, and I ended up dating her. And here's the crazy story. Like, we got to talking, and I was like, where do you live? Where do your grandparents live? Because that's who she was at, or where she was at. And she's like, oh, I live here, or my grandparents live here. I was like, oh my God, you were that little girl that I saw. And you don't think about things like, think about that. Dude. And we were together for like 2 years. Isn't that crazy?
Have you ever had a girlfriend that was older than you?
No, I've dated girls that were close in my age, but never like older. But maybe I should change that.
You should. I don't know. You're at that point where if you go older,
I might be like,
you're going like 50s, 60s.
I'm getting up there. So
no, so
that was just a story about some girl I dated years ago.
Yeah. But, I mean, it puts it into perspective.
But you also asked about my mental state. I was just kind of, like, backtracking there.
Yeah.
But, no, my mental state is good. Like,
You're good.
It's not great.
So you stroking your beard as you say it.
Yeah, I know. That's also, I'm huge into, like, body language. So
for sure, and I'm checking it.
I know. I'm a huge believer in like body language and sociology and how that works.
I can feel your angst, like
this is a subject that has been on my mind a lot the last year.
Well, I mean, so you have so can we just like confront the elephant in the room? you have lost a relationship that you've had for. So I don't know. So how long were you with?
Let's tackle it.
How long were you with? We're not going to name her. Or we can if we need.
I don't care. She knows.
Yeah.
Anyways, said person.
Yeah. How long?
Officially 5 years, but on and off for 7.
Okay.
But, it's a lesson.
So that's how much, what's the percentage of your lifespan? If you're 40, we'll call you 40.
Gosh, she's going to hate this.
5 years is...
I don't know, we're say 15% of my life.
Yeah. Huge.
Actually, if you break down the math, it's like 18%.
Yeah.
I know, I'm really good at math somehow.
Yeah, you just fucked around and did it.
She hates that too.
Dude, bro, you are me. I'm the guy that people look to for math. Yeah.
Which is weird because I never thought I was good at math until...
I always thought I was good at math.
Oh, no, I never thought...
But I was also dealing with jackasses. So.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Like, people are like, what's 542 minus 306? And you're like, it's fucking 205. Or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I fucked it up.
Well, the elephant in the room is, the current situation is, she is doing her own thing, I'm doing my own thing, and I wish her the best, as I've always done. So, we've hit that point in our relationship where it's just best for...
I think you've hit the stalemate, right?
Yeah.
Of like, I'm not going to be the asshole, and you're not going to be the asshole.
I just... it's crazy because this isn't our first rodeo. Like, there was years ago when she was kind of debating on even dating me in the first place. And
I think you guys have hit the bulkhead. Yeah. Not the stalemate, the bulkhead.
I think we both just... Yeah. I think that I have definitely...
You done, bro? Like, not to say that you've given up on her.
No. I'm not saying...
No, you will never, ever.
Wow. We might have to edit some of this, but no. I think that we're both in a place where we both just need to figure out what is best for both of us. I think that me and Lauren will always care about each other.
Oh, we're dropping names now?
I didn't mean to do that.
No, do it.
I think that we're at a place where we always love each other and care for each other. But
by the way, dropping names is not a problem on here.
Yeah,
and because of the fact of the way that you just said that is beautiful.
I think that she needs to go find herself, and I need to find myself, and I think that we both just need to, just figure it out with or without each other. And that's the same thing I told her years ago. And if it happens, it happens. I told her just the other night, I said, go be happy with or without me. So, and I'll do the same.
And so the same thing that I told her, which I've never told you.
Yeah.
Was, I think you are yourself without her, no matter what.
Mm. Yeah. She's smart.
No. Like, so you are you.
Yeah.
And she is she. I guess is how you would
say it. We'll figure it out or we won't. Either way, she'll move on, I'll move on. Life goes on.
Like, bro, you will lose her. Not even lose her.
Yeah. I knew this was going to be the hardest part of this podcast.
Yeah, okay, so that's what's going on. So you lose her for 5 years. I lost
her for 2 years, and she came back. So
okay, so you're a 90-year-old guy, right?
If she comes back to me when I'm 9 years old,
okay,
she's gonna be like checking my shit pan.
Okay, so you're like 65-ish.
I'm 40.
You're 40, so you're 39.
39.
Right? So you're 39.
Oh my goodness.
And so she loses you for 5 years because, and it's not you, man. It's not you.
Well, no,
no. Can I continue this? So it's not you that wants to lose Lauren. It's Lauren that wants to take
a year or two or 5 years or whatever it is to figure out, when you're 30, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5,
those are
whatever the fuck, man.
Yeah.
I'm not even there yet, by the way.
I know, it only gets crazier, I can promise you that.
It's crazier for me to try to articulate this to you, who's a 40 or 39-year-old. I'm trying to understand this for you.
Well, it is crazy. Man. I mean, and again, I don't want to.
So, Lauren is how old? 29?
She's 30. She's 32.
Okay, 32, right? So she's 7 years, right? So she has 3 years, right?
Yeah.
No, and I'm not doing my math correctly. So
I thought you said you were good at math.
No, I am, but I'm doing cultural and structural math, right? So you're 39.
Correct.
32. She'd take 3 years to figure out that she either loves you or doesn't, or whatever the fuck that she wants to do.
Yeah.
And then you take 3 years to be 42.
So I'm going to end this.
It's not old.
Yeah, no. So I guess what I'd like to say on this note is, I mean, it's my own fault because it's definitely the elephant in the room. I want Lauren to be happy with or without me. Yeah. That's I told her that years ago when it happened. And, I think that me and her are both on a level where we just put ourselves through so much shit that it's time to move on. But if it happens, it happens. It just
I think she has different trauma.
It can't be. It just can't be forced anymore. Like,
dude,
it just can't be forced. It's
neither of you are old, and neither of you are young.
You see me getting squirmish? I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, I said old, and he said, "Whoa, dude, what? I'm not old." So neither of you are old, and neither of you are young.
Wow,
you're not young.
Oh, definitely not.
She's not young.
Oh, I'm halfway dead. Actually, do you want to hear?
You're well over halfway dead.
No, are you kidding? I take care of myself.
In today's market, maybe.
No. Okay, so do you want to?
But God forbid you have a heart attack at 50. Okay,
enough about my current relationships.
Oh, right.
All right, do you want to hear something? My theory on how old I want to live?
55.
No, there's a reason. I have a story.
Wait, what's your age?
To live?
Yeah.
80. Do you want to hear? But I have a...
Why?
Okay.
Yeah.
Check this out.
The why.
All right, so check this out. So Jackson is going to graduate high school at the age of 50.
When you're 50.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be 50. He'll be 18. So I'm going to give him
30 years to get his shit together.
About 30. 25, 30 to have a baby.
Then you want to say hi.
No, listen.
Die?
No, just listen.
I'm sorry.
Listen.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen.
Okay. I'm sorry.
So by the that vodka is throwing me off.
All right. Well, cheers, buddy. Cheers, motherfucker. Okay,
this is the last one. I'm going to tell this story.
All right, dude. Tell your story. Oh, shit. Tell your story, pussy. God damn it.
No tip for you.
There wasn't even a shot in mine. Was there a shot in yours?
Yeah. All right, so do you want to hear why or how? Damn it. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So Jackson will graduate when I'm 50 years old.
Okay.
That'll put him at 18. I figure by 30, probably 28, he will produce a child. Okay? So that puts me at 60. Right? 60, 62.
Yeah.
Okay? You got math so far? Okay. So the child is born 72, me, 82. That puts him around 82 to 85. He's going to be a teenager. My grandson.
Yeah.
And at that age, Jackson is going to come to me and say, Dad, I'm sorry, my teenage son is such an asshole, and I regret everything I ever said to you. And at that exact moment in time, I'm going to go, ha! And take me, Lord.
And then die.
I don't give a shit.
Right there, dude. At 82?
I want 82, 85. I want to see I want to see my son produce an asshole that is bigger than both of us combined, and be like, it ain't as easy as...
He would be, too.
It ain't as easy as you
really
thought.
would be, though. Yeah, that's crazy.
Think about it.
He'd be such a dick, dude.
Just that vindication.
Oh, my God.
Vindicated.
Yeah. I hope I died before that, though.
Well, see, your baby girl's, what, 6 months?
Oh, no, dude. 15 months?
Oh, jeez, man, that goes so fast.
She's big, man. She's big for her age, though.
I do love hearing her talk. She's like, blah, 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 blah.
She's funny, dude. Yeah. She talks like a 2-year-old, dude. That's what they say. She talks like a 2-year-old, dude.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to kind of see how you be...
She's smart, dude.
Yeah.
Little fucking crazy girl, dude. Well, so my mom told me that my oldest sister was not only speaking in speaking in 2-syllable
I was going to
words.
say, she wasn't speaking in tongue, was she? Like,
no. No, she's speaking in 2-syllable words and also pooping and peeing in the potty by the time she was 15 months.
Oh, my goodness. Which
is fucking wild.
Dude, my son is...
So, Osi is 15 months right now.
Yeah.
And she, like, poops and pees in the potty, every once in a while. But she does the 2-syllable words and shit. But my oldest sister, I could totally get that, bro.
So, let me ask you this question. How do you feel about cussing around...
Fuck that, dude.
Okay, so I have a belief on this. Okay. I don't care if Jackson cusses. I just want it to be in the right context.
It better be.
Yeah, like use your words correctly.
Yeah.
And don't do it towards people you should be respecting.
Definitely. Yeah.
Like if he gets hurt and stumps his toe, fuck, I don't care.
I get that, yeah.
But if you go, fuck you, daddy,
that's what the
now
fuck
we have issues.
I would say, yeah. That's exactly what the fuck I would say. Now.
Because they're going to cuss.
Yeah. Now, if you say fuck you,
towards who?
That's different.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
You're right, because you implies,
Fuck you implies you.
You. Yeah.
Whoever.
Yeah.
And you should be respectful to anybody that you talk to, no matter what.
Absolutely.
No, Absolutely. A fuck you better be deserved.
But like if you like stub your toe and say fuck, that's cool.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. Because
I'll give her words to say.
Do you?
Maybe like...
I only ask because...
cunt. Cunt.
Oh, that's I've never understood why like that's like the one.
It's the worst one. It's the worst one.
Why does that bother them so bad?
Because it's dirty sounding.
Is it?
It sounds so gross.
It sounds like a blunt. People like blunts.
Oh.
Didn't think about that. Throw that in your brain.
Cunt blunt, dude.
Damn.
Now, connotation.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it
we did.
early in the pod.
I am all about...
And we talked about it well off the pod. So connotation is a huge thing.
So, like the English language...
So now, blunt doesn't sound so bad.
So if you just said you blunt...
Yeah, but if you say you cunt...
Cunt, yeah.
Cunt sounds
because it used
really
to be like,
bad.
you're a bitch, and that was like, no.
Now, bitch isn't even so bad, but like...
So...
Dude, so like, look at just the word. So like, I'm going to say it with no...
I like how you got really close on that.
No, I'm literally going to say this. To no one, with no connotation to anybody, I'm going to say the word that I'm talking about.
Ooh, don't say it.
Cunt.
Ooh.
Doesn't that sound aggressive?
I don't know. I don't know if
it's a stop. It's a start and a stop. It's cunt.
All right, so what's...
It's a one-syllable word.
What's the word...
Can you think of any other one-syllable word?
What's the word that...
No, so, hey.
No, what's the word that...
Think about any other one-syllable word.
I know, there's another word that's 2 syllables that offends people. Pussy. But that's 2.
Yeah. So think about any other 1-syllable word. Am I saying this correctly? Is
dick?
Cunt,
fuck? Like, I don't know.
Is that 1 syllable? 1 syllable.
Syllable?
1 syllable.
Wow. Syllable?
I'm drunk, by the way.
Dude.
So is that 1 syllable?
Cunt is definitely 1 syllable.
Dude.
Why does that bother people so much?
Is that the most aggressive 1-syllable word
Well, I don't think
in the entire world?
I don't think that cunt became so offensive until... Okay, so you want to hear a fun fact?
No, so think about that word you were talking about earlier. Couth.
Ooh, couth. That's a classy word.
So, think about couth.
Okay. We're talking about
Couth is a 1-syllable word.
Okay, so is charm.
Is it? Charm.
Charm.
Charm? Couth.
No, and you can't say it like that.
Yeah.
All right, so here's... Damn it,
I totally tore apart every argument that you had right
No.
there.
What you do is you have a really good way of, like, throwing me off, like...
Yes.
My train of thought.
Yes.
Because I had a total, like, directive where I was going with this.
But I had an argument.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. Damn it.
Yeah. You fucked up. You came to the wrong park, bro. Came to the wrong ballpark, bro.
What about... Okay, no, there's got to be other words.
Think of one. Think of a single syllable word. There's only a handful of single syllable words.
Damn it. You totally, like, guided me with your conversation here. Because I was like lined up to like go off on like.
Oh, you're about to fuck me up, weren't you?
I was.
Oh, you were.
So here's the thing, like no, but we talked about.
But
this.
You're also not used to dealing with smart people, right? Right?
No, everybody in my life is very smart, and they're all beautiful people in their own way.
You guys are all fucking idiots, apparently.
Nope, you're all geniuses, and you're
because I just stumped him. Yee!
No, there was something I was gonna say, but you totally disrailed me.
Derailed you?
Derailed me. Ugh.
So you might be the dumbass in your group. I don't know.
All this time, I thought I was the smart one. All it took was straight shots of vodka and
literally, dude. So we took a little flask of Fireball and we were fine.
Oh my goodness!
And then we took 2 shots of vodka.
That was on you.
And it's on me, but I'm also schooling you, by the way.
I don't think you are.
I literally just schooled you on single syllable words.
All right,
and then also.
Yeah, but I can school you on much more.
And also, I've taken 3 shots of vodka, whereas you've taken 2.
Okay, so let me tell you this.
Oh.
I have 13 years of life on you.
Yeah, but has it helped you?
Yeah, I truly, yeah, absolutely, 100%. Experience is everything.
Can't teach experience.
Well, and this is not a diss on you at all. This is just experience. For something that I've seen here. You're an amazing father, but there's so much more to come. And
definitely.
So, yeah. And this is just a blessing on you. And I mean this in the most positive way. Like when I showed up and I saw like your daughter, I immediately thought of like Jackson running around, and like just the way you are with your kid is amazing. And I was just thinking, oh, I miss my kiddo that way.
Yeah, I did.
But you have so much to learn, and it's experience. What did we talk about earlier? Like you don't need a college degree.
Oh yeah, you can't teach it.
It relates to this.
Yeah, can't
that makes sense.
Experience, man.
I can't teach that to you.
No,
being a father.
Yeah,
same thing. It all kind of comes. It's full circle.
And like nobody taught me that either.
Shit, like I said, I didn't even want to be a dad, but here I am, and I love it.
And that comes down to like you either have it or you don't. You know.
Well, I think that it. Yeah, it does.
Dude, so my dad...
Yeah. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry.
Not only, like, dissed out whenever we were younger, but also died when I was 16.
Yeah, man, that sucks.
On some fucking bullshit. Got murdered.
Yeah.
When I was 16.
Yeah.
And was all over the place throughout, you know.
Sure.
on some fucking bullshit. And like, no, I mean, I feel like I'm exactly like my dad, dude.
That'll change.
No. I feel like I'm exactly like my dad as far as like his persona and like his fucking like.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Oh, it's a very, very good thing. So, my dad was the most fun person that you'll ever meet, dude.
Well, there you go.
He told me that fucking you couldn't work out because it would make your bones brittle. Because he was he told me that he was stronger than Arnold Schwarzenegger because his bones weren't brittle.
Oh, well,
you know?
I mean,
like just goofy shit, man. He was funny, bro. He was funny as fuck, man. He was just fucking goofy,
dude. My dad, he was my dad. He hates sports. Like he hates it.
Right.
And I love sports. Like that's my bag. We've talked about that. But the irony of it is Jackson, my son, hates sports. So he hated sports. I love sports. Jackson hates sports. And you know what Jackson does love? Building. Cars. And that was my dad's passion.
It's like Minecraft?
Oh, yes. And that's weird to me because I don't know how to play video games.
Do you know that Minecraft is way more complex than building a car?
I'd rather him be able to change a tire in the side of the highway.
It's so weird because I'm the generation in between you two.
Yes, and that is a different thing. That's another thing.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, okay, so let me ask you this question.
You're an old dad.
I guess by today's standards, yeah.
Well, by you and me standards.
For sure, because there's definitely a generation.
Like, if I had a 7-year-old son, it would make sense for me.
Right.
But you having a 7-year-old son makes you an old dad.
Right. So there's definitely, there's definitely a generational gap. Like, you never had a pager.
No.
I was actually at work today.
I remember my mom having the smallest phone ever, dude.
I was at work today, and I asked an employee what a pager was, just to fuck with them. They're like, huh? And they didn't even know what it was.
Oh, my God.
And they were like, what does it do? And I was like, it's a number you typed in.
It tells you to call somebody.
It was like a moment.
Well, so the thing about the pager was dumb, by the way.
But no, it was all we had.
The pager was dumb. It told you to call somebody.
Okay, it worked.
No, it literally said,
okay, so what would have been the smarter option?
To just call the dude.
On a landline?
You had to call them on a landline out of their way.
I like, you know what I love about this?
You had to call them on a landline out of their way.
I like how both of our voices get like extra high.
Yes.
What are we talking about?
Like, dude, so it was like, hey, I can leave you a voicemail and you'll get it later.
The voicemails weren't around on landlines. Oh, I guess you had the... That's not true.
I've never not had voicemail.
Shit, my grandmother had the rotary phone. Tink.
Oh, yeah.
Tink.
My grandma was born in 1938, bro.
Shit. Yeah?
Yeah, she grew up in a shack, bro. In fucking, not even Cove, Arkansas. The outsides of Cove, Arkansas. I don't even know what you call it, dude.
Well, either way, your generation's spoiled.
Mine?
I feel like my generation...
I'm like 10 years younger than you, and I'm old as fuck.
Yeah, but the thing about... that's the thing about technology.
Oh, okay.
No, seriously, hear me out.
Yeah.
So when I was in high
school... I feel like I'm old in my technology, and you're young in your technology.
Yes. Yes.
But you have no chance in my technology.
Not. Absolutely not. Yeah. When I was
I don't have any chance in my technology either.
When I was in, I want to say 7th or 8th grade.
Fucked, dude.
Yeah, well...
We're so fucked.
No, we're fine.
No, we're fucked, bro.
No, just hear me out. God, you keep getting like sidetracked.
I'm upset.
This is Chris Boyd's podcast. We'll be no, but seriously, I was in
the life of this dick.
Yeah, BCIS class. It was Business Communications Introductory Systems. The fact that I just said that so clearly tells me I'm fine. But
right on.
I was going through this class, and this old man, I'll never forget his face. He picked up like this computer chip.
He was old as fuck, wasn't he?
No, he was probably my age at the time.
Your age now?
Yeah, now.
So old.
Yeah, so old.
Yeah, I love
you. But he picked up this...
He was like 65?
Shut up.
No, I'm sorry.
No, but he picked up this thing and he was like, in 5 minutes, this thing is worthless. And he tossed it. And that he said that's how fast technology is growing. And it's something that's always settled with me because, and it goes back to some things that we talked about earlier about how times are changing. You got to adapt or die. Because, like,
yeah,
in our age, or shit, my age,
like, dude, this thing I have right here,
I bet
works very well. Fucked.
When I was young, God, I feel, yep, there it is.
Can you imagine seeing this thing when you were fucking 20?
I just heard me say when I was young, but
oh no,
I know my parents kicked me outside.
Yeah,
we didn't want to be inside.
Yeah. Oh, I'm about to do the same shit today.
You should, but that's a good lesson.
Yeah,
because
and I'll teach her everything she needs to know.
Yeah,
while we're outside.
Change a tire, whatever.
No, she's gonna learn how, like, the way that the fucking. So I will know because I will learn the way the fucking the different ways that the trees grow.
Sure.
And the different ways that the roots grow under the ground, and like,
are you trying to like plan her for the apocalypse?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Sure. So 3 questions.
And so if I'm going to show her the way that my fence row is set up, it's like it's this many sets across and all this stuff. You know?
So essentially, you want to teach your daughter like basic life skills.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
And basic math while you're teaching her regular life skills.
Right. And that's important. You have to.
Yeah.
They don't know it.
Like, if I'm going to make this structurally sound, you know, most things come down to the triangle.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Dig in.
So then we're going down to not calculus, but the one before that is
I know you know it. What is it?
Trigonometry.
There you go. I knew it. I knew
it,
but I just wanted to see
trigonometry.
it. Yeah.
So the biggest thing about trigonometry is learning how a fucking triangle works.
Yeah.
The triangle is the strongest structure in nature.
That is true.
Yeah. So if you can learn how this
You ever play
works,
pool?
Definitely.
Definitely.
I beat you in pool.
Ooh, I think you beat me. Like when you
I beat you once when I was sober.
There you go.
And then so the last 3 times I was way too far gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a lot of people who say they beat me in pool once, and then I.
And then you get us drunk.
Yeah, that's
and then
the plan.
You beat us in pool. You dirty fuck.
I do remember that. Damn.
Yeah, that's what you did, bro.
I'm good on that.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do one more.
I do remember playing pool. I used to play pool quite a bit.
Oh. All right. Well, so here's the plan.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, Austin certain.
I mean, relatively. So I'm actually trying to decide.
You did say that there was a structure to this. So what is your end game?
Oh, so we have officially surpassed the structure.
Yeah, which we knew would happen.
We have had, so much more fun.
Yeah.
And I think our asides have really, like, the parts that aren't on the pot.
That was good stuff.
So much fun.
Yeah.
But that was for me and you.
For sure.
Okay. So, I think we're going to end this pod. Okay. We're going to get out of here. And you guys will have to kind of decide what happened on the in-between and what happens after.
Question. Do you want a second time?
Dude.
We got to recap.
Absolutely 100%.
I feel like, is there a time gap where we, like... No, we'll figure it out.
Do I look like the kind of guy with a plan like that?
No, because, like, you getting me on here, like, took 2 months, and you're like,
I swear to God, dude. Yeah. So, Chris.
Yes, sir.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
Absolutely.
We're going to send these people off of here.
All right.
And then we're going to make a plan to have you back on within the next 5 years or so.
Oh, wow.
And we're going to cheers. And we're going to take a shot to Paul.
Man, all right. Yeah, I appreciate it.
So,
I'm sorry I made that such a big deal. That's just...
No, dude, it means a lot to me, too. Man.
All right.
It means more to me than you can probably know. All right. Cheers to Paul. R.I.P. Wherever you are, man,
I know you. And we're going to get out of here.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.